Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Immersive Realms. I'm your illustrious DM this evening, Matt with Power, aka Chef. Hello, and welcome to the first affiliate stream of Immersive Realms. Andy, take it away!
Yes, thank you very much, everybody. We have now hit affiliate, one of our goals along the way in Immersive Realms. So, yay! Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. We are going to be building up the sub badges, the emotes, the alerts, the God knows what else. We're going to get everything sorted, so we do have that there. And then we will be moving on from there. Another announcement is obviously World of Erzia will be streaming on Sunday, 7:30 p.m, where I am your DM and my players here. We've got Matt and we have Ghost who will be joining me, among others. So tune in for that for 7:30 p.m. But we have hit affiliate. It is our first time, so thank you very much for everybody that's coming in. Already I have a few people that I need to list off. First of all, our own Ghost subbing and then gifting 3 subs to myself. Thank you very much, Ghost. And then we have
all 3.
Our own Matt with Power. Then we have our own Anograv. Then we have Manage M coming in with a follow. Welcome on in to the community. And then we have also Sir Weezy coming in with a good old sub as well. Tier 1's the sub, so thank you very much. But yeah, we're building this up. We're going for that. Exclamation point Discord and exclamation point Linktree, like Ghost has already put in the chat, to come join us on Nay Points. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll throw it back to you, DM.
Oh, good throw.
Nice, good catch.
Anyway, thank you. Anyway, I think without further ado, let's just jump straight into the fucking chaos of my homebrew campaign. For this might be new here. This is my homebrew campaign, The Shadows We Fear. A D&D 5e module experience hosted by me, Chef Matt. And let's jump in to tonight's episode. Guys, what the fuck are you laughing at?
Good.
Don't deserve it.
Help me.
Help. So, last we left off, the group had made their way to a friendly war camp that's hidden away in the mountains for an upcoming secret civil war between the boogeymen of the country Lorenthal, the Creed of Creation, where a couple of sanctoriums have gone rogue and the quote-unquote leader is trying to bring an allegiance, and through that, a war is afoot. Hidden away in the mountains, you guys have found this war camp and came across some allegiances being made already between the Brazen Four army and this Creed of Creation loyalists, for lack of a better word. You met a new unit of specialists called the Mirage Unit, an old unit that Falcoris was once the captain of, now refounded and remade. During so, you also met a couple other people, such as Elena, the Queen of Lorenthal, and someone's sister. You also met up with your Commander Rocknurst again, who informed you about the goings-on and such. And also, through converse, you met the very strange, very odd Dr. Custodius, who is the leader of one of the other Creed of Creation Sanctoriums in a large walking sarcophagus suit that he may never leave, or if he does, he may expire. Afterwards, you chatted to this new Mirage unit, got to know them a little bit, and turns out they have a new recruit, which is going to be brought on via the Creed of Creation to act as their healer. Someone by the name of Gale, or as they prefer to be called, Artisan. And it was decided they were trying to hum and haw about how they can prove Artisan's worth in a crack unit such as this, and a game of war games was decided to be the trigger and the deciding point. War games is quite simple. 2 teams battle out against each other, no holes barred, spells are allowed to be thrown, damage is allowed to be done. Battle to the death, basically, quote unquote. The situation was Artisan's unit had been ambushed, and Artisan had to save his Mirage unit and get them all to safety. That was the trigger for him apparently succeeding. War games went away. Friendships were formed very quickly, but then, oh, how the blood did spill. With everyone getting knocked down. Artisan, I think 4 times in total, getting knocked unconscious before finally staying down. But again, the battle back and forth was ferocious. Fen firing shots at Calanthier, Lavender, fucking anyone that she can get her sights on. And the ferocity of war games was truly unrivaled. Until finally, it did end, with this new Mirage unit claiming an apparent victory. We say victory, this unit, the Twilight Company, was all unconscious. You were all brought back to consciousness though by healers and clerics on the sidelines who came to pick you up to make sure no one actually slipped into death. And that was where we left off. So, let me get some bits pulled up here. Again, music is playing. If it's too loud, let me know. No, actually, fuck you guys. We said that's ready. You can fix yourselves now. So.
No.
I like when Matt fixes it.
I have to do things.
So, as Calanthia's frame falls down to the ground, the audience around that surrounded this War Games arena clap, whoop, and cheer. Gold coins that were made from bets are passed from hand to hand, with some people laughing and embellishing they've got newfound riches, whereas others slam their fists down angrily on makeshift tables, annoyed that they didn't quite get the spoils they deserved, potentially. The air here is electric. People seem to enjoy this buzz, and the morale that was a little bit low, back a simple word, has definitely been lifted, if only for this moment. As I mentioned, the healers from the sidelines who have been watching the fight make sure no fatalities are made, rush in, and everyone seems to be getting their own healer, checking them over. That applies to all of you as well. You're all one by one brought to consciousness with bandages, healing potions, and you all wake up to see someone of various races, sizes, kneeling over you and nursing you back to consciousness. Excuse me. You're all offered crutches, stretchers, anything you might want to help you out for the immediate. And as you all look around, you can see the Mirage unit members all standing up as well, one by one, each of them getting their own treatment. Apart from one, you see Artisan stays face down on the floor, not moving. The healer that's at his side is trying, and Artisan doesn't seem to be responding in any way. And you can see at that side of the arena, there's a bit of commotion amongst the crowd, whispering to one another, with some pointing at the fallen halfling. More healers begin to rush over and, excuse me, apply further aid, and you hear one of them call out for a stretcher, and sure enough, within a few seconds, a foldaway stretcher is brought out, and two of them lift Artisan on the stretcher and whisk them away into the crowd out of sight, with the crowd sort of looking over their shoulders, watching this go by. So yeah, what do you guys do?
Well, for a long nap.
So right there and then.
Collect my winnings.
Jesus, of course. What is praise?
Yeah, because Joel bet against the Twilight Company.
Hey, it's not like Joel rigged it. Joel tried, but
True.
we just lost.
To be fair, he did try fucking hard. Can't fault him for that.
That healing was impressive. Again, Joel's healing last game was fucking off the chain, man.
I just needed one turn. Just needed one turn, and I would have got the healing back.
And then made it 3 sessions worth.
So how do I get my money?
Oh yeah, I suppose you go for your money. Go for that.
Let me roll a fucking. I should get my dice out. That'd be handy.
Because I don't know how many people I was in the betting pool with.
You were one of the smaller betting pools that was at the very, very start, so you didn't have time for your own to. Well, that's actually no. That's the opposite. It had time to gather up interest. So you receive from your spoils 6 gold and 5 silver.
I'll bet 20.
26. Well, whatever how betting works since. What's that? Let's say you get fucking.
I don't know how betting works. I don't bet.
You get 46 gold and 10 silver.
46. I'll take it.
Decent.
I'm not sure this
betting.
economy will last, but
you can choose to share that with your party if you want.
absolutely not. This is my money.
I knew he was going to do it.
Hold it.
How much
Hold
silver?
it.
10.
Oh yeah, Joel is still broke.
Sorry, I lost dice there. Anyway.
He's just slightly less broke now.
Yeah, you guys look around and you can see the members of the Twilight, the Mirage unit all pick themselves up, and again, they seem to be quite ecstatic with this victory.
Falcoris will get up after getting healed because he did go unconscious, and limp his way over to the captain of the Mirage unit. That reminds me.
As you look over at her, she has a very, very concerned and stern look on her face right now. She's biting her lower lip in frustration right now.
Good fight, Captain.
Yeah, I'll come to that in a minute. Well done. She's looking at the Mirage unit one by one. Okay, yeah, sorry, the Mirage unit one by one. She's looking them all over. And again, they're running around high-fiving each other. You can see Mimir and Fen are giving each other a nice little hug as they stuck together throughout that fight. And she then calls out in quite a demanding tone, "Well done!" And the team, the Mirage unit, also look round at her. "We're all dead, apart from a select few of you." And the realization is sort of sets in at that point as they all sort of look around, looking at one another. "Well done, Fen. You held your own. You, Mimir, did very well. I like the way you got out there in trouble. You kept your distance, but well done. The rest of you, you're all dead. I'm dead." And there's that look. "But that was Artisan's job," one calls out. "Fuck that! We're a team!" And all heads sort of drop down to the floor. "We've got a long way to go. All of you get some rest. I need to fucking think." And they all sort of one by one, and sort of walk past all of you. She and Captain Duskill puts her head in her hands and looks to you, Falcoris. "Do you know where... Sorry about that, by the way. Do you know where Mary Silversong is? I need a very stern word."
First of all, having been through this myself, you don't have to be too harsh on them. It was a fight. It was actually a good fight, to be fair. I think we all enjoyed it, and be honest with you. And sure, you might have been all dead in a real scenario. But if you look at it this way, they got an experience that's now going to be etched in their brain. Without you even saying a word, they will analyse every single step that they took, every swing that they had, any sort of magic that was flung. You didn't have to go that harsh on them. It's good to have a good stern exterior, Captain. Just remember they're people as well.
I know. I just care about them.
I get that.
In case I'm not bitter about losing, it's nothing like that. It is the general frustration of they're celebrating a bit preemptively, I think. We need to gather around and work out what went wrong, why more of us didn't get back up. I mean, Fox, one of my team members stayed down the whole fight.
Bit of advice? Do that when you're celebrating. Don't make it go down better.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to this captain stuff as of yet. I've done small things, but I've never led a team such as this, to this caliber, so... I'm still trying to find my own footing.
You had leadership where we didn't. Most of us ran out there individually. So, you've got that over us. You've done well. Just let them relax. Let them have a bit of fun. Celebrate it. But during a celebration, that's when you talk to them about the little mistakes here and there.
You're right. No, you are right. I'll go apologise.
No, you don't have to apologise. You are the captain after all.
Even with that, do you know where Mary Silversong is? I need to speak with her.
Be honest with you, I don't really know her myself.
It's not a problem. I can go find her.
Just before you go,
yeah?
What's your assessment on Artisan?
I was lied to. I was promised someone battle trained. I do not believe that for a second. But they're loyal. Any order I gave, they fulfilled. And from what I can tell, they tried their hardest.
And then
A
some.
few tricks up their sleeve, which are quite nice, so... I think there's a good chance for Artisan.
I think there's more than a good chance for Artisan. Showed unbelievable determination to keep going. And to be honest with you, we piled on the attack. We piled on the pressure on the Artisan.
Yeah, you fucked him up.
Yeah. And by the way, that's what could happen out there in the real situation. As soon as they see a healer, they could go for him. But it was smart. Little tricks here and there that we weren't ready for.
No, I didn't know some of the stuff that they could do either. The suit electrifying them, I'm not keen on that idea, but if that brings them back, I'm not going to argue.
Caught us off guard. So...
But yeah, I need to go speak to Mary and see about this, because I've definitely been lied to in some regard, and I'm not going to let that slide. but I can still make something out of Artisan, I
Good
think.
luck.
There's definitely good woodwork there to chisel away at.
Yeah.
She holds that hand. Good
Oh.
fight.
I'll hold up my hand and shake her hand and then just say, the new Mirage unit's going to do well, I think. Carry that flag with pride. And I'll make my flag disappear.
Yeah. She sort of looks at him, gives you a nod. Try my best.
You've got it.
Lot to live up to. And with that, she turns briskly on her heel and runs into the crowd. Doesn't run, she sort of lightly jogs.
And Falcoris will just end up going to like a med station or something and sit down and just be like, oh, fucking hell, what a fight that was.
Yeah. One of the guys comes behind you. Oh, sorry. You feel a hand in your back, Falcoris? Sorry, this is gonna hurt.
Oh, fucking hell!
Falcor's been walking around like 6 arrows sticking out his back.
You think that's bad? We cut to Lavender, who right now has been pin-cushioned by Fen repeatedly. Like, Lavender, we cut to you actually, in all honesty, as you are sitting on the sort of like med bench sort of thing, and there is a man who's sitting there. He's putting his 4th arrow now, just pulling it out. This one's out your leg. And it is an unpleasant experience having an arrow ripped out from your skin. And as you're sort of sitting there, you do feel then tiny hands coming to hug you from behind. And you look down, you can see there's a mass of red hair as Finn has come and just is giving you a big hug from the back. Oh, I'm so sorry, but you fought so well, but oh, fuck you in that little trap you got me in.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, I really didn't want to hurt you, but it was war game, so I kind of had to, but I really didn't want to actually, hurt you, but we had to do
Didn't
it.
want to hurt me. You put all your arrows in me.
Yeah, but this Canthe was over there and I couldn't get into him yet.
I forgive.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. I really didn't mean it. Well, I did, but You're doing really well, by the way. Your arrows are really fucking sore. Couple tricks up your sleeve with that magical bear. That was amazing. Never seen that before. I want one. Can I get one? Do you know where I get one? Nope. I will. Cool. But yeah. Just... I keep thinking back to when you and I first met all those months ago in the woods and how far you've come. I'm proud of you. Kind of makes me happy that I actually found you and took you out here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sylvie likes you as well, I think. I hope, maybe. It's Sylvie.
He's a bit mad about the prison thing, but that wasn't my...
He went to prison?
Are you surprised by that?
Well... What happened?
Blame Joel.
Yeah, what happened then? Because we can blame Joe for everything.
Oh, Joel burned down the tavern.
Oh.
And then they all started to fight outside the tavern, and because we're in an adventuring party, I had to go with prison.
Ah, the shared responsibility of a party. Nice. Ain't that a bitch?
Yep.
Remember those Mirage Unit days? I'm not going to miss them. Well, there's a new Mirage Unit now, so maybe I will have to go through them again. We'll see. Hopefully this one will be more well-behaved. We'll see what happens. I mean, City isn't here to cause trouble anymore. God, I miss her. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to go get some arrows taken at my leg as well. I hope you have a nice time now. If you need me, I'll be around. Okay, bye! And she, hops away. Again, her own, body covered in fucking arrows as well. She, Mimir just, picks her up, basically, and, carries her off. She, uppies! Mimir gives her uppies and takes her away.
Fen uppies.
Fen uppies, snow emote.
That's gonna get drawn, I bet.
Fen uppies. And as you guys are having this conversation, all you one by one, one of the figures emerges from the crowd who isn't a healer or isn't from the Mirage unit. It's the familiar face of Emmerich. And he comes walking through and approaches you, Canthe. And he's... Good fight, sir. Good fight. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Come to my tent when you have a minute, please. I need to speak with you privately.
He'll just give a nod. No response, but just a nod.
And then as he leans back, slaps your arm. Good fight, sir. That was thrilling to watch. My, you do put on a show. You do put on a show. And you, Joel, Mr. Joel. Oh, you're magic. Good heavens. If I could have a healer like you. Good man. All of you. Twilight Company. Good fight. And he gives you one last longing look, Canthe, before he takes his leave back into the crowd.
Gonna get nothing back.
Someone cue the Barry White.
I think if I'm doing it, it's called Wary Bite. Thank you. And from the crowd, another figure emerges as Emmerich disappears, and Elena comes through over to you, Elleril, and offers a hand as you are currently getting patted down by a healer as well. She comes and sort of crouches down next to you. So that's what it looks like getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah, I finally know what it can feel like most of the time.
Oh, brother, harsh words. Are you okay?
Yeah, what do I need to do to get someone to run me a bath around here?
Oh, just I can get it organised, and if your companions as well. I've actually that's quite a good link. I have something for you, all of you, actually. Something that I commissioned, and I wanted to give a secret, but it might be handy now.
Oh, thank you.
It's not here. I don't want to ruin the surprise. I want to show it to all of you at once. It's something that can help, I think, your group in the travels. So when you're better and ready, before you leave for your next grand adventure, come find me. And find me tonight before you go to bed. Find me, all of you. Find me. I'll be in the war tent over there, and I'll show you what we've created. I think you'll like it. Hope you will.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
How did you?
See you when you're asked, though. It's quite refreshing, as you say. Refreshing to see this. I'm not going to be smug about it, not at all.
I feel like I did very well, actually.
You did. You made my coin purse heavier, so thank you.
Did you pay against me?
Yes, I did.
He's not the only one. As Joel's raising like a smoking hand from the lightning bolt.
When you collect your gold, you're giving people static shocks as you walk past right now.
I'm like magnetizing money to me.
Your hair is sticking out, man, like a fucking... It is a mental sight.
Yeah. Is Calanthier just, his entire head is just on, like, thing, because he got struck by lightning as well?
Yeah.
Except Joel
hair's
got
all
struck by
poofed.
lightning twice.
Our hair's just poofed, mate.
Joel Calanthier just head to toe in soot. Joel's missing a shoe somewhere.
Somebody who's never seen Calanthier like, oh, that's an interesting black lion.
I've never seen one of the black lions before. Yes, of course it's a bit against you. She looks over at you, Joel, as you say that, coming up from behind, and she gives you an honest smile.
I didn't like our chances.
I mean, it did look in your favour at first, but I'll tell you, I honestly couldn't tell who was going to win that until the very last minute. It was that intense and back and forth. It was between your healing Joel, Artisan's, the tricks up his sleeve, the sheer brutality of the fighting. I couldn't tell who was up and down at points.
Joel would just be wiping a bit of soot off and just...
You're muted.
Well...
Ghost.
No, fuck. Is it... Oh, who's muted?
Well, for once, it's not me.
Nope, I can't hear you.
Oh, the mic,
we have a
mics.
Discord issue?
Yeah.
Is this mic issue, yeah?
I just. Oh.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes,
boy.
we can.
Yes, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry. I accidentally nudged it. No.
It's
Thought
got
I got away.
connection lines, man.
I seen you try to talk, and I was like, nothing's coming through.
Yeah. Well, for future reference, as my friends, if we're going to bet against me, can we please let me in so that I can also bet against myself? Because I sure as hell trust everyone else's judgment more than my own in that case.
I just wanted to see you on your ass.
Oh. I wasn't the first down. I thought you'd be pretty proud of me, John.
Well, it's a refreshing change not having to pick you up first, I'll admit. Pretty sure I picked you up second, though.
Yeah, but
Elena like bites her lips. I'll let you two have this one out. Come find me.
Just in the background, all you hear is, "Oh, fucker!"
We got the culture.
I'm also picturing like all the metal objects in the room drifting towards me and Calanthier. The smell of ozone around us.
But I'd say after a good 30 minutes or so, and it is actual, proper healing salves, bandages. You guys look like you've been through an actual fight because you have been. You are all bandaged up. You are all messes respectively, cut, bruised, probably still bleeding from a few wounds, but you know, you're back up, you're alive, you're all good. The evening is yours. What would you like to do in this war camp?
Does that count as a full rest for
I'll say it's
our
a short rest. This is a short rest.
Oh, my
So if you wanna
spell
have some-
slots.
Do we get some healing back?
Yes, you can spend hit dice for a short rest. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Just wondering if the healers gave us anything on top of that.
No,
but...
this will literally be like, you know, just spend your hit die,
Okay, fair enough.
take a short rest.
God damn it.
If I'm gracious enough, you might get a long one later.
Ooh. Now let's spend that.
Wow. Bruh.
3 down. You know what? I'll just use that. 4, 5. Ooh, okay.
I said, just checking. Mine's a D8. I get D8. But I'm also a healer, so fuck the rest of you.
I'll just use all of them.
Joel's got 3 level 1 spell slots, so.
That's 3 inflict wounds, baby.
I used all of them.
Yeah, I
And
used
I'm
all
still
mine.
nowhere half. Oh well.
Wow.
How many hit dice do you get?
You know what?
You
I
get
think
by
I.
your level. You get your level. So if you're level 8, you get 8 hit die.
But you also,
Oh,
you
yeah.
also with multi-class. So, for example, if a fighter's like D10 and warlock is D8, you get like the respective D8s and D10s.
16, that's not bad. But again, I'm just gonna use a little bit of healing on myself because screw the rest of you. So 16.
No worries. So yeah, Twilight Company. What would you like to do as the? As best point as well. The evening is well set in. The sun has set. You had just fight at sundown. So now, by the time you're all bandaged up, the sun has dipped below the mountainous terrain behind you. The glorious backdrop is now turned to the purples and blacks of night. It's a cold night, as there's not a cloud in the sky, so the stars and the moonlight are illuminating right now, along with a couple of braziers to keep you warm. But when you're not by the immediate heat of a brazier, you can see your breath, and it is that cold environment of nighttime that has been brought in.
Of course, will probably, if there's like, probably not. Well, there might be ale kicking about.
Why?
It'll probably
There are,
pick
like,
up.
there's like drinking stations, but
Yeah.
not actually like a bar per se, but you can just see where people have got a couple of kegs around a table and just sort of sat down and just cracked some open.
Probably walk up to the soldiers and be like, "Don't mind me. If you don't mind, I'm taking a cup." And
Sure.
grab, I can pour myself a cup, and then I'll walk off. Now, I don't know the kind of layout of the camp, but is there a place that I can get outside the camp that overlooks it?
Yes, so where you guys came in was
Okay.
over the crest in the hill. This place sits in a deliberate divot where it's more hidden.
Right.
So you can get to it easily.
Yeah,
But
and
you
then-
know, the path where you guys came in is a path that has a nice overlook.
Find a tree and just sit myself up against it and sit and drink my ale. And as I am, I'll just think out loud. It would have been good to have you all around me. As I look up towards the stars.
20 for me.
Three.
You say
Plus
you
8
saying-
perception. Just if it's
just
perception.
50-20.
Damn it.
No, it's just a d20.
Okay.
No, you say what you're saying, you look up to the stars, and you feel how you feel.
Still though, it's a good fight. I think we would have had them if it was all of us. Oh well. And Falcoris will just set up, drink the ale, and just watch over the camping as they go about and watch all the kind of ongoings and everything that's happening.
Yeah, and you look over the camp, you can see the big central tent in the middle, the primary war tent, where Elena, the commander, and all the other head figures have been meeting. You see Behemoth 6, the large Creed airship, off the back left hand or back right hand corner from where your perception is right now. And then they're just a mix of tents, Creed touching Brazen Fort. It's all one army right now.
Yeah, it would just set up one like arm on his knee, on top of his knee, like that kind of thing, and just watch the night go past.
You just watch, you spend your time with the crickets and you listen to them chirp and sing. And as the night draws in, the firebugs eventually come out as well, illuminating the little yellow bellies, flutter around from the treetop above you, as now the nighttime sets in and they're free from birds. Yeah, it's a very peaceful ambience that surrounds you. It's quite picturesque, actually. The rest of you, anyone else up to anything particular?
Can I go find the doctor? Dr.
Dr. Castidius, yeah?
That's the one.
The good doctor, if you prefer.
I will go find the good doctor. Not the friendly doctor, though he's around. The good doctor.
The good doctor. You know where he's at. He's got, again, one of the larger tents of the Creed. And again, his tent is adorned with the same color as his uniform. Or sorry, he's not his uniform, his suit. The sickly green with the yellow tint against it. You find his tent easy enough, and you approach it. You see some of these plague soldiers outside. Again, standing too still, too attention.
Kind of raise my eyebrow at them as I go past, and then I'll stand at the entrance to the doctor's tent and just call in. Just sort of, Doctor, you got a minute?
Oh, 2 seconds. And you hear the of the heavy footfalls of the suit of armor, and one of the big hands pulls back the tarpaulin that makes the door, and you see again this large figure, the dwarfen face with the sunken eyes inside the suit, look down at you. And even though he's a dwarf in the suit of armor, so he's look down at you. The suit's that big. Joel, how can I help you at this late hour?
I was wondering if I could ask for your help with
My help?
a matter of somewhat urgency and discretion.
Of course. Please, come inside. And he steps aside and lets you step into his abode.
Oh, when I'm in, Joel's for once in his life being polite and respectful.
As you step into this tent, the air inside is thick with scents, mainly that of the alchemical nature. You can see that even in this war table, he still seems to take the time to take his experiments with him. You can see that at the back there is a large desk that must have been built here. There's no way it could have been transported. It must have been built here. And it is riddled and filled with various pestles and mortars, with crushed herbs, spices, alchemical ingredients. Things that bubble and froth in the background, kicking off these aromas that hit your nose quite offensively at that. There's a large brazier in the center where fire is crackling away. And interestingly enough, you see what looks to be an upright bed frame. Looks to be custom made to fit his armor. But it stands to being long ways where we would sleep, but it's completely upright.
Well, first of all,
Sorry, I
Doctor,
don't have any other furniture for you to sit, but I can arrange a chair if you'd like. I
Not
have
at all.
some pull here. Sorry.
Not at all. Apologies for disturbing you this late.
Don't sleep that much anyway, so by all means, how can I help you?
Well, first of all, I'm very impressed by your. I was kind of look outside to the plague soldiers, your soldiers. I studied a fair amount of, I suppose, necromancy where I came from, the science behind it more than the magic, and I was never anywhere near this kind of level.
No, this
It's
has been
highly impressive.
Again, with my knowledge of how the Creed had been and the secrets they were keeping amongst themselves, I've had these soldiers long before your place started experimenting. But I kept my secrets close, for I knew that I couldn't trust my own allies. And as such, when the fragmentation happened, I remained silent.
Good thing you did, otherwise we might have more enemies. I know my Sanctum leader would have loved to have an army of loyal undead soldiers. But that's not why I'm here.
Oh?
How familiar are you with the situation in Alria?
I've heard the news. I've heard the terrible ongoings of the necromantic uprising, the fall of civilization, and the rumors of this old champion.
Well, unfortunately, the rumors are true. He has come back, and the Raven Queen has expressed that he needs to be dealt with, and I intend to do that, but I can't at the moment. I'm not there's a procedure I would need to undergo to do this.
Just a little. The moment you say procedure, that specific word, you can see like again the hidden arms in his torso sort of twinge a little bit, as if like that's like a trigger word that sets him off in an almost erotic way. Like that word is just like, ooh, yes, please.
Please don't tell me I've aroused the Pacific Rim dwarf.
Do 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 do. Anyway, is it joking?
First of all, I'd like this to stay between us for now. My party members know, but the rest don't. In order to face him, I'm going to have to split my soul. And I believe... No. No. Moving on. Behave yourself, this is your stream.
Yeah, Andy, come on.
Get HR in here, I don't have the sign.
You're RPing. Don't be looking at chat. Let's go.
There's not even chat, it's what Matthew just DM'd me. Well,
Brush past that one.
the Raven Queen herself will be the one splitting it, but to do so, I need a suit of armor forged for myself. And I think if I'm going to be facing this final say, I could use armor that's a bit more advanced. I'll sort of gesture to my own, like more advantages than this.
Mm.
And I was hoping you might have some ideas on how that might be done and might be able to help me do that. The sword I can manage, the helm I can manage, but I'll gesture to his armor. You're clearly gifted in this area.
I did have to forge this and those of my plague soldiers. This is my original design, yes. I do know my fair ways around that.
Well,
He sort of looks you up and down for a little bit, studying you, and you can tell this with an studious eye he's looking you over. You fight a noble cause. To fight the champion of the Raven Queen, it's not one I can see you winning.
I
Not
have to
without
try.
help. So yes, if this is for the betterment of the people, who am I to turn down someone asking for aid?
Well, I would be. While I don't have money now, I am fairly close with the royal family. I'm sure a letter of credit could be thrown your way.
I don't need a letter of credit. I don't need money. I'm a man on borrowed time. Money for me is pointless, for the simplest of terms. What I need, what I will ask for payment of you, is when this civil war is over, hopefully for the better, I would ask that you use your sway with the creed that you possess, be it yourself or with your friends, to get my Sanctorum more research, to save lost Dareem, and bring back just Dareem. We're severely underfunded, forgotten and lost. Part of that is my fault, yes, but only for protection. Once the waters are settled and the storm is past, we need funding, and we need researchers. I can't do this alone. I'm technically speaking dead already. This suit is the only thing keeping me alive.
Well,
I can't
the
do that
queen
forever.
The queen happens to owe me a favor. I'm sure she'd be more than willing to donate as many resources as she can.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, a heavy hand. Pull your strings where you can. And when, like I say, these waters are settled, we'll see where we stand. But yes, I will help you. Take off your clothes and I shall measure you.
Wary bites being played again.
The sexual tension in this fucking war camp is palpable right now.
Callum Fear is off with his one.
You're gonna get a good time from the doctor. There's a reason they call him the good doctor, alright? But if, in all seriousness, he does ask you to take off your armor so he can actually give you measurements to, measure. And again, interestingly enough, if you remember, he's got like a monocle built into his forehead, and without touching it, at intervals, lenses move down the eye independently as he's looking, and those move independently actually go back and forth as well. Remember Toy Story 2 when the guy cleans Woody and he's got those spectacles that keep like moving out? He's got one of those over one of his own eyes that the lenses just keep flicking over and moving back and forth as he needs to. Just seeming on a whim and mind control potentially. But after not long at all, he takes all the measurements he needs. I shall design some blueprints and I'll give you the details. Of course, I'll incorporate some tricks in them so you're not just as low tech as you currently are.
I am. Thank you.
You
Might just save my life.
I hope so. But I believe, if I'm being all serious, if you're going to become the champion of the Raven Queen, your life is forfeit.
Well, then it's just 2 dead men in a tent, isn't it?
I like you, Joel. I could have done with you in my tent. My sanctuary.
Oh, here we go.
Take out your trousers.
Shit, you're not gonna tell me twice.
So as the tent starts thumping and everyone looks around, we'll then cut to who else wants to take over the scene,
What's
please.
that mean? I'll send you later, yeah.
As I said to you, as Pacific Rim job kicks off, we'll then move
I don't have too much of a moment. I just want to grab like 2 bottles of wine if I can.
Again, easy enough from these allocated drinking stations that are just like, you know, kegs, barrels, and bottles just lined up, and no one stops you from taking a swig or a bottle if you want.
I will try and find my sister. Just have a catch up before the rest of the party joins.
As promised, she's in her allocated room in the war tent, and you can see it's more between now and when you last met. There's been some nicer furnishings added, and yeah, there's a comfy, like one of those little comfy, like, you know, like therapist long chairs. One of them's been added. She's currently laying on top of one with a bottle of grapes at her side. Of course, she is. Lily's there as well. She's currently sat down reading, and yeah, you come in with your 2 bottles of wine.
I just thought we hadn't had a drink in a while. If the both of you would like some company.
They both look up and look at you, then look to everyone else, look to the bottles in your hand, back to each other. Company sounds nice.
I was bought 3, but I only have 2 hands, so we can share. If
Lily rolls
want
her
to taste
eyes.
a lot.
Fine.
But I think I just sit and reminisce until everyone else joins.
Lily comes up and she gives Elena a glass, and she gives herself and says, "Comes to you. Sorry, I would have bought 3 glasses, but I didn't know you were coming."
That's fine, I can drink straight from the bottle.
That's your own bottle, then. You absolute disgusting degenerate.
Look, I've been out of finer circles for a while.
Yeah, we haven't been. We're up in our arses of nobles, higher ups, and politics. I miss the good old days. And Elena goes, "Yes, we both miss the good old days of just not." But here we are. Responsibility on our shoulders. The burden. Yeah, well, it's shit. It's really not that bad. Come on, I can snap my fingers right now and get us anything that we want. Lily sort of looks. Yeah, I guess. Not that I use my power, of course, brother. Not at all. Not at all.
I've just got someone responsible has that power for a change.
Yeah, she takes a long drink at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it could just be like
Cool.
general small talk, having a
And it's
Trying to
small
talk
talk, it's
about, like,
laughter,
catching
it's a good time. It is just an all-around good time. I was going to say Canthy there, but he's wait. But actually, Ella, whilst you're in this room, make a quick perception check for me, please, as you're just chatting away with your sister and Lily.
that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. as you're having this conversation, you can hear in one of the other rooms in this large tent, again, which is sectioned off into individual rooms, but not by wooden walls, by just, sheets of tent fabric. You can hear what starts off as a fairly low-sounding conversation, like this, the din of conversation, but it quickly escalates into be raised voices. And you recognize one of these voices to be Captain Duskill. And with with a dirty 20, you can hear the conversation is going sort of along the lines of, you told me that they would be trained, you told me that they would be war ready, you told me that they've seen combat. Tell me now, what experience do they have? You then hear, again, it's hard to pick up, but with your dirty 20, a calm silver song respond. Well, I might have told, some embellishes. They've had all the training necessary, but they've never actually seen true combat. We perceived enough that training dummies and, our own hand-to-hand would be enough. At which point, shouting now rises from Captain Duskill. Again, I'm not going to actually shout down the mic, so it is along the lines of how that arrogance, that lie, could have let an innocent person effectively die in what should have been a peaceful game of war games, to the point this person is now still unconscious in an infirmary after getting their ass absolutely handed to them by some experienced soldiers. How the fuck could you be so irresponsible? To which point you hear the tent flap go open and the storming out of a Captain Duskill.
Don't know if everyone else heard that, but
As you sort of turn around, you're fucking cup against the wall sort of thing. You look around and see Elena and Lily also taking their cups away as well, and they look at you like, ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm glad we're in this room.
Mm.
I hope Artisan does alright. He put up a really good effort.
That's for the necromantic magic they had hit hard. I still
Yeah.
can feel it.
Yeah, it didn't look nice. That didn't look fun. I'm glad I was just a spectator for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Lily
Seems
looks
that it-
over at you. You know, Artisan, he's the one that built my leg.
Really?
She looks down to the prosthetic leg she now wears after the throne room attack. Yeah, they Beauty Creation decided to approach us with, a gesture of goodwill with Artisan skills to help me back up and running. And sure enough, it's taken a bit of getting used to, of course, because it's not, my leg. So it feels weird, but it's Artisan built it for me, and it's as comfortable as it can be.
They're very talented. And a little
Seem to be.
war shy.
Apparently so.
Something that can't be learned.
Yeah, I mean, we all got to start somewhere. We're not born out of the womb war ready. We have to learn it somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Hope
we'll see
the
what
captain
happens.
isn't too crow. I think though the captain's probably just a little bit irritated that they sent someone who was unprepared for battle into conflict like
Yeah,
that.
it sounds like she got lied to, so obviously maybe viewed Artisan in the higher light, not in a bad way, but, was expecting more, or at the very least thought that he'd be a bit better equipped, trained. But, again, that's not our business, so I guess we'll see what happens if Artisan makes the cut or not.
We'll see. Can imagine regardless the captain's not going to be too pleasant towards them. And any training that may come up.
Well, I think we didn't really have that training, but I'm pretty sure if you ask Valkoris, the training is going to be tough, and it's going to be hard for all of them. But if Artisan's got no battle experience, then yeah, he's going to have to very quickly learn to pick up some slack.
Time will tell.
Exactly. Time will tell. And all we can do now is drink tonight. And wait for your friends to return.
Cheers.
Cheers. And as the glasses clink, we're then cut over now to... Just whilst King Cantha's not here, Lavender, is there anything you'd like to do whilst the evening's drawn in?
She's just gonna find like a quiet area to hang out with Brownie and Silvery. It's like a quiet bit.
Mm-hmm. So much like Falcor, you find yourself going towards the outskirts of the camp, not too far away, you're not in any trouble, but you can still feel the cold air surround you. And as you're sort of sitting there again, leaning against the back of a rock, you feel the warmth of a big furry mass come and nuzzle into you as Brownie demands head and neck scratches, and you're, I guess, happily obliged. Those scratches are received, and sure enough as well, a Silvery lands on the rock next to you. He seems, after seeing Fen, to be a bit calmer. Not let's jump to conclusions here, but he's calmer. The attitude of Silvery has shifted in a positive manner. And it's nice and peaceful. Like I say, you might even light a fire next to yourself to keep yourself warm a little bit longer, but it's a nice, peaceful attitude, and you can almost forget that this camp has been built for the purpose of such a negative force. But in this moment of positivity, even after you yourself are bruised, battered, and sore, you still find solace in that inner tranquility that you sometimes need to mentally recharge. And you find that here, in this moment with your animals and your friends. Beautiful. Calanthea, what would you like to do as everyone else has sort of gone their separate ways?
Apart from have a drench myself with a bucket of cold water to get rid of the electric shocks.
Yeah,
and
you do.
Get back my white fur.
Yeah, you do. You get back the white fur, and the camp now smells of wet dog. It's fucking great.
Yep. as opposed to burnt dog.
True. Swings and roundabouts. Swings and
roundabouts. I will go to my tent, get the book of blood magic, and then I will go to Emmerich's tent.
Perfect. And you find Emmerich's tent. Now, he is not in the war tent himself. He's got his own little private thing next to the war tent. Being the, what do you want to call it? The royal mage, basically, the court wizard, effectively. He's got his own little private study area. And you find it, again, easily enough. It's even signposted Emmerich. And you call out and knock, whatever it may be. And within a second or two, the tent flap opens. You can see a very well-dressed Emmerich standing there before you. Good evening. Okay.
Come on.
Okay. And he steps aside and gestures for you to enter after him. Do you enter the tent, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you enter the tent, and as you enter, the tent flap closes, and he snaps his fingers. We have privacy. We have soundproofing. What the fuck were you doing casting blood magic openly out there on the battlefield? Do you not remember the secrecy we should be keeping? Outlaws, illegal, they will hang us magic.
What, the Horizon? Because I'm entirely honest, I've read who actually committed the genocide. It wasn't necessarily just the Horizon, it is the entire force on another continent, which I'm already going to have to deal with anyway, because that's intrinsically linked to one of my party. But the part I'm more fucking pissed off about is the fact that you lied.
I lied? About what?
I'll hold up the book.
And he looks at the book.
We first met, I showed you this book.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen this book, and I asked you about the name in the book. You said you knew nothing. You said you did not know the person. And yet, here I am, given a vision of you in a Southbourne, next to a man holding this book, dying. Ordering you to continue his work. And yet I still find the book in a Southbourne?
You trust visions now? What are you talking visions, Calanthea?
Am I wrong?
Of course you are.
Is that so? Insight check.
Yeah, of course. You may make an insight check.
I really hope this goes well, because I'm going to be pissed off.
It's
I'm
hearing
going
based
to be
insight.
actually pissed off, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to be
Okay,
fucking
okay.
fuming if this goes badly, so...
Okay, no, alright. Well,
Calanthea attempt to smell the sweat off him.
I will say, because of what you've seen, make it advantage. because what you have seen from your vision.
12, bro.
12.
I'm rolling bad tonight.
Excuse me. Sorry, 2 seconds. I was pulling up something.
He's pulling up the lore, peeps.
Lore check.
His face drops. Fine. Fine. Okay. Do you want to take a seat and open a bottle of wine for this one?
We'll see about the wine after you explain.
Fair enough. He takes a seat, and there's a chair that he gestures towards that should you wish to, he can
I'll take
happily
it.
sit down.
But I've got angry posture essentially.
Of course.
Angie.
Angie line is Angie. He sighs and he buries his hands, or facing his hands for just a second before leaning back in his chair again. Let me start from the beginning. Technically speaking, I've not lied to you. Technically.
You're not starting off strong. I'll be honest.
Fair. Do you know what? Fair enough, but please hear me out. And withhold any judgment to the end, if possible. I know that I'm asking a lot at this stage, but please. How do I put this politely? My name isn't Emmerich. That was my father's name. My name is Seth.
Seth or Seth?
Seth.
Seth.
My father, the real Emmerich, knew of this Dio, this Harvian Dio. Traveled with him, studied with him, and created with him the boundaries of blood magic. Unfortunately, they were then rooted out by the Eldritch Knights, and they were put on the back foot and they had to flee. It wasn't just the two of them, there were others, from what he's told me. But one by one, the Knights would catch up, either kill them off one by one, take them to someplace God knows where, until it was in the end just my father and Dio. So they fled north. They ended up fleeing as far north as they could, catching a boat, airship, whatever it was, before they found the frozen badlands you call home. But age wasn't on Dio's side, and the death caught up. He couldn't phase it for too long, and death caught up. Can I ask you a question? The vision that you've been shown, what was it? It might help me shed some light as well.
A man similar to yourself was on the ground, dying. You were there, and he asked you to continue his work. That was all I saw. But strangely enough, I have a slight feeling that at one point, the man, who I would presume is your father, looked off to the distance and looked almost directly at me in said vision. I don't know if it's significant, but it really felt like he actually saw me.
Maybe. Magic works in mysterious ways, so who knows if he did or didn't. He never mentioned ever seeing a Leonin in a cave. But,
It was his pretty much last words.
well, I can confirm with you that wasn't me. As I say, that was my father. When he left and found himself alone, he decided he needed to set up a new life effectively. He couldn't do it alone, so he doffed a disguise of an studious professor from faraway lands and successfully infiltrated Horizon. Figured one of the best places to remain hidden was right under their noses. Those that would otherwise potentially shun, outcast, or mock, or worse. He met my mother, also a professor there. And I never knew if he let her in the folds or not. I never knew. They had me. And, in my teenage years, I started to develop my arcanic abilities. And my father quickly noticed that some of his magic had been passed down onto me inherently. Instead of having to learn it, I could just do it. Some of it. So he let me in on Hemocraft, blood magic. In secret, of course, again, not to the point that even I didn't tell my own mother. And I never knew to this day if she did or didn't. It was during, though, that, and where my paranoia, you may say, comes from. One night we were having a normal evening. Just my mother and I. Father was out. But he came back later. Panicked, wild-eyed, and full of fear. He told my mother that he had to leave and gave her the option of coming with him, but I was told to stay. I never quite understood why at first. He told me they'd be back soon. My mother went with him. And they packed a couple of overnight bags, or a bag for a night or two, and left. And I thought, great, for a party whilst he's out and to get some friends over. Have a few drinks, have a good time. A month passed, and I received a raven. I had just inherited my family's title, money, possessions, everything. They'd found their bodies on the road. Butchered. Horrifically so. And from there, I think I put 2 and 2 together and hopefully came up with 4. That someone, probably an eldritch knight of some description, caught wind of him, saw through the disguise, later that year, I had a rather strange encounter with someone. I was, again, like I say, inherited my parents' schools, so I was learning how to be a professor, so I could actually teach. Didn't end up doing that, by the way, as you well know. Wasn't cut out for me.
Good
But,
tell.
thank you. As I was spending up late one night, there was a knock on the chamber doors from the classroom I was studying in. And a woman I've never met before in my life came in. Tiefling. Purplish skin. She didn't even give me a name, just introduced herself as someone of paying me keen interest as picking up on the mysterious case of my father's murder. Now, that was their first slip. That was never publicly made that he was murdered or killed. That was never really made public officially. So I knew straight away something was wrong. Long story short, she interrogated me for but a few moments before just simply saying, "We'll keep an eye on you." "We" was a bit ominous. And she left. So now I thoroughly believe someone of a higher power is watching over me, intrinsically, analyzing every action that I do. That is why I'm worried about you casting blood magic on there. Not for my sake, gods know. If someone catches up with me, I'm willing to go down to the bitter end. But for my friends, for you, this is a war. This is a fight. This is something that's fell on your lap unexpectedly. This is my inheritance, my problem, not yours. Your inheritance and your problem is your tribe. This shouldn't be your burden to bear. So I would rather keep it secret, not for you. Sorry, not for me, but for you. And that's why I'm such the advocate of that.
I don't think you understand anything to do with
Okay.
my responsibility.
Okay.
You may not know my whole story, and some may have had it harder than me. Some may have had to go through worse. Some may have been even predestined to be struck with the hardest of challenges. But the challenge that I have to face is that I am now responsible for the legacy of my tribe. Because I was sick of a life that I felt would not be lived. And they followed me for it. I was the first stone that fell. And for that, I have become someone to be followed, to create my new house. And without that, I am simply just a man. Without my blood magic, I am simply a life lost in the snow. There is nothing without it, and I'm not scared of those that would hunt me. I was more terrified of the fact that because of the actions of few, I and many others were doomed to simply die and fade from memory and existence. Blood magic is going to be a part of the House of Iron. I am going to teach my tribe blood magic. And I don't care if you're terrified of these people. I don't care if you're feeling watched. My burden is that I will not simply let blood magic sit in obscurity when it is a tool that could be used for the betterment of others, and unfortunately it was a tool that was previously used wrong. I am not like you. We are of different orders of blood magic. I have no idea. I have read your order from what little I know of that book. I have encountered another blood mage apart from you, whose part in the entirety of this is tantamount, but long past. I may even have a responsibility to somehow revive the one Harvey and Leo, a father of blood magic. I'm not scared of showing off my ability, but what I am going to do instead is show that it is not an ability to be purged. If you hide in the dark, no one will rally to your cause. When you are against the wall, no one will be there for you when you hide alone. I would rather be threatened in the light than die in the dark. That is my choice. I will never, if you wish to remain in obscurity, I will not reveal you. I will take the names of every single blood hunter who wants to remain in obscurity to the grave. But it is my choice to live in the light. I wish to make a world where Horizon cannot persecute us, or anyone who wields this magic. A magic so pure that I feel that they are jealous of its power. That is my stance. You are free to do what you wish, and I am free to do what I wish.
He nods along somewhat on. You can see that the more you've been speaking, the more emotion has been welling up inside him. And he sort of shakes his head a little bit. Well said. Well said. I'm sorry, Calthea. For any hurt I've caused, for my own paranoias and my own selfish gains hurting our friendship.
You do not need to be sorry for being scared. Fear is a natural thing, and I am sorry about your father and mother and what that caused you, but the House of Iron is not only meant to be a safe space for my people and the people of any without a home, but it is meant to be a safe place for Bloodhunter. Horizon would have to invade the Southbourne. The implications of that, the bonds I have built, the House of Iron is now considered an ally to the capital of Duranthal.
Quite the powerful stance.
If they wish to attack us, so be it. If the Eldritch Knights wish to attack us, so be it. But my people, who were destined to die, have decided to make the choice to live. I feel that is a choice that is harder than most will make in their entire lives. They're not scared. I am not scared. And I hope to make a future where you will not be scared.
As you say that, he leans over and uncorks the bottle of wine and pours himself a glass before gesturing towards the glass on your side of the table and the bottle with a little tip towards you if you'd like a glass or not.
Sure, yeah. He will pick it up.
He pours you the glass and you pick it up and he picks up his glass. Well, Canthea, here's to dying in the light instead of living in the dark. And he offers you to clink his glass.
A toast I can finally agree. Not click as well.
And he takes a very long gulp. Thank you for... I don't know if you've understood it, but thank you for listening to me at the end of the day and not persecuting me further.
We're not meant to fight each other.
No.
We have different enemies to face, but I am not sure in some cases who is enemy and who is ally. You said Dio died of old age.
Mm.
Well, there are things that even I have kept from you, such as the fact is that I was marked by Dio.
Do
I
tell?
can speak to him in my dreams, at least maybe some part of his soul, in hybrid transformation.
No, that is interesting.
I don't know if it is him. That is the problem. It could be him, but to my knowledge and what we've spoken of, he is trapped in a pocket realm of his own making. I'm assuming some twisted way of escaping death, but he's stuck.
Well... I don't have the means right now, but should next time you and I meet, I might be able to come into a dream with you if you could speak to Dio. I might like to accompany you in your dreamland.
I will try, but I will be honest. He is a dangerous individual, Dio or not. It took many times for him not to rip my throat out within the first 10 seconds, and many more times to get him to speak to me.
Fair
If
enough.
he is Dio, I also fear of even bringing him back. From what I have heard, he was the one who instilled the idea that blood magic was a weapon and not a tool.
There is that element, and my father did warn me of that, that initially it was used as a very aggressive magical sword, so to speak. But my father didn't completely agree with that. Like, he had similar ideologies as yourself, that unlike any other magic, there can be some betterment. Even necromancy, yeah, it's got that sour taste, but there's good within that. Why can blood magic do the same? Why couldn't Hemocraft stand for that? So, the two of them sort of balance each other out. And in the latter years, when it was fewer and fewer of them, I think Dio came around to the idea that balance was needed. But by that point, the damage he had done was made, and the cut was deep.
Well, we will have to see, but I fear the choice will be one of resurrection or one of having to destroy his soul so that he may never come back and taunt others like himself.
No small task either way.
No.
If you'd have me at your side, I'd happily be there, though.
And I would appreciate the assistance.
He gives you a nice little smile. Time and place, I'll be there.
Then I will count on you as ally. And remember, always be a home for you in the House of Iron. For any.
That'd be quite lovely. Thank you.
My people are a little rough, and I'm sure it'll take them a little bit of time to
I mean,
become a
surely
little welcoming, but
my noble and well-dressed
no.
nature, I can introduce that into them. Fashion, darling, is everything, of course. Presents who you are.
I think it's going to take you a little bit of time to fit in with my people. I'm going to be entirely honest. You're a little much for them.
Surely not. Come now, I'd get along with you quite well.
I literally describe myself as the first stone. I'm an outlier. They are very different.
And they will... Darling, it'll be absolutely fine. Don't you worry about me.
Also, do you even have warm, what you call stylish clothes? I don't really understand the concept, but...
I can get my people to make me something, I'm sure. I'm the royal guard... I'm not the royal guard, sorry, I wish I was. I am the hand mage of the queen. I can order clothes.
Alright.
Fashionable and warm.
Whatever you say. I will eventually go back to Southland. Probably to face Dio. But I am also worried for my people. But I'm sure you will hear wind of when I leave, and you are welcome to join.
Thank you very much. Well, the night seems to be dragging on a fair bit, and I would like to retire to my bed. However, me and the Queen have a gift for you and your friends. If you mind trying to round them all up and meet us on the outskirts to the south, we have a little surprise for you.
Done deal. Never kick a gift horse in the mouth is an expression I am told recently.
Never kick a gift horse in the mouth.
He looks at you. I think you'll get along just well in the south here. Between the two of us, we'll iron out the kinks, per se. Ooh, iron, House of Iron, iron out the kinks. I like that. Also, you don't find it ironic? Iron, the smell of iron, blood. Ooh. Double meaning, almost, when you look into it.
Yes, I know. I came up with it.
I'll go get the Queen. If you can find your friends. Good evening. And he blushingly walks out of the
I will go and get everyone.
You one by one round them up. You find
no one in this
Joel-
camp is sleeping tonight, is he?
I just want to point out as well, I deliberately fucked up that. If you think I'm stupid, I deliberately fucked that up. I wanted to.
I was questioning it. I was like,
No, I deliberately fucked it up.
if in doubt, kick the shit out of a horse.
You never know. It's a good luck charm in the south. But yeah, you find Joel's probably at this point leaving the good doctor's tent, probably strapping the last bit of his armor as he walks out. You don't find Elleril. In fact, Elena will take you out separately, but you ask on the outskirts and you get pointed to Falcoris up by the tree over there, and Lavender is giving Brownie some scritches. So one by one you find them.
When Calanthier approaches me, the tree, I'm just, like I said, back up against the tree, just sitting chilling, and as he approaches, I'm like, alright.
Am I interrupting something?
No, I'm just... How'd you feel? How'd you find it?
Find what?
What just happened? The war games. You were excited for it.
It is a little different to back home, but it is strangely similar.
Fulfill your
I
needs.
haven't. I've never felt homesick, for I suppose I did not have a home to feel sick about. But it does make me think of certain people. People who are not there anymore.
It's funny. Because I'm in my home. But I'm thinking about people that ain't about anyway.
Maybe home is less a place and more the people you are with.
I think so. I generally do. You're right though.
Yes, I don't see why it would be bad.
Just every time you transform, I don't mean it in a bad way, and just worried about your path, what comes for you next. I've obviously went down a couple of scary moments with you. I just want to keep an eye on you, make sure you're alright. You've got everything under control.
I will admit it is a power I feel is like describing as the ocean. It is bottomless. I feel I will never entirely understand it, but... And you cannot control the waves, but what you can do is you can help to direct them, or you can go with their current and not fight it. And I feel that is what my power is. And who knows? I have a feeling there is something. There is an energy, not magic necessarily, but something pulls slightly at the edge of my mind in terms of where to take my ability. I don't know what it is yet, but it's different. It feels like I am moving with the wave instead of against it.
Well, that's good.
And what of you?
Well, I found out more about our Calypso. I'm not going to say her name out loud, but I do know it now. In fact, I know pretty much about her history. We're getting to an understanding point.
Well, that's good. I'm sure they must be very happy to have their memory back. I still don't really understand it much, but I do know what it feels like to have a creature in your head talking to you, so...
That's why we're similar, Cathy, and that's why I look out for you.
And I look out for you.
And I appreciate it. But, he gets up, dusts himself off.
Yep.
Pats Cathy on the back. I presume you came to get me. What's going on?
Apparently there is a gift for us. From the Queen.
Gift from the Queen. Well, I wonder what that's in store. Come on then, let's go find out. And by the way, when you do eventually have to go home, and if you do have to face the one that's in your head, I'll be by your side, Calvin.
And I would have it no other way, my friend.
Good stuff. Come on then, let's go.
So one by one, you come all together. I'm just gonna say fucking count through that. Fucking words you come out with, man, are beautiful. Your imagery and fucking metaphors, man. There.
I've been channeling my D&D recently.
Fucking Master Oogway level shit, man. It's impressive.
Oh mate, I've started something. I need to talk to you about it, but I've started something.
Oh, beautiful.
You'll enjoy it, mate.
Oh, mate, I enjoy anything like that. Anyway, you guys all come to the outskirts of the camp on the south side, as mentioned, and you all come together. You see Emmerich and Elena standing outside a tent. It's a pentagon, what you want to call it, pentagon-shaped, five-sided fucking tent. If pentagonal is the right word, I don't know.
You're right both times.
Thank you. And Emmerich looks at the tent, and he's got a big beam of a smile on himself right now. He's looking over this tent. And Lena comes over to you guys and, well, here it is. And she gestures towards the tent.
tent?
It's a tent.
It's
You're giving us a tent?
not just a tent, darlings. Emmerich pipes up. 5 rooms, 5 people. You each get a room. However, this is not any ordinary tent. This is a magical tent. A tent of sanctuary. Once inside, nothing may enter without your permission. Magically sealed from the inside. You may have complete sanctuary all night long. I figure it'll be helpful for your adventures. Provided you know the password to get in and out the tent, anyone may enter. Anyone who doesn't know may not. Simple as that. However,
And I was just going to ask, can this tent be destroyed from the outside?
no, it can't be destroyed from the outside. It is resistant to most forces. Now, that doesn't say I wouldn't go pushing limitations, because I'm not too sure. From the inside, though, it is quite vulnerable, so please be careful. No spell casting on the inside if you wouldn't. But from the outside, it should hold up to most attacks. Magical
Hypothetically,
and otherwise.
could we wrap Joel in the tent and throw him at a dragon?
Emmerich looks over. Sure. Waste my arcane knowledge. Go for it.
Might save his life one day.
Maybe. But what I need before I can give you this tent, like I say, each comes with an individual room. And you look at the tent right now, and it is, like I say, as far as, like, from tip to tip goes, and the longest distance, it's only 10 foot by 10 foot sort of thing. It's not exactly a big looking tent. The space on the inside is much bigger. And when you step in, there'll be 5 doors. And I need your help. I want to give you your own rooms. But I need you to tell me what your room will be. And I will create you your room here and now. And when you disassemble the tent, it can be reassembled wherever you need it to be, of course. It takes about 10-15 minutes to get the tent assembled. But every time you do, when you open it for the first time, your doors will be there. And your doors will be what we create here. Your own room.
Bigger on the inside.
Yes.
Have you been watching Doctor Who's?
No, Doctor Who's.
Wait,
Do you know
I
what
think I've seen that show once.
I always loved the legends, the play of Doctor Whomst. I never... Gosh, I wish I went to the theatre. Anyway, sorry. Oh, you got me there, Joel.
The Dalekins, I remember them.
Professor Whomst.
The Cybertronic men. Ooh, terrifying.
The
They're based
Dalekins
on
as well.
Creed.
I think
Awful
the Good Doctor
creatures.
made some of them.
Do you
Anyway.
know what? I probably did. Inspiration is key. But if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to go by one, of course, and please tell me what your room would like to be, what you would like your room to be, and I shall create a room for you. Does that sound okay?
What happens to anything we leave inside the tent when we dismantle it?
The tent is basically its own portal, its own plane of existence when it is opened. So when you leave stuff in the tent, it will be left behind. And when you reassemble the tent again, it will be there.
If I leave Kellegorm in the tent and we close it, what will happen?
I don't advise leaving people inside the tent. Items, sure, but people...
But with your expert knowledge, what would happen?
He would have about as long as he can hold his breath to survive.
Kellegorm, how long can you hold your breath?
What's
Don't set
what's
yourself
the
on
rule
fire
on that?
either.
It's,
Is it 1 plus my
I think it's
constitution?
I think it's 3 minutes plus your con modifier or something like that. It's very
The-
generous for the base. It's 3
Yeah.
The
minutes. I'm pretty
important thing
sure.
is it
Do you know what-
fireproof from the inside? Your brother has a habit.
I can maybe last 5 minutes.
In that case, is you being chucked at a dragon.
It's
Well,
Yeah.
with your battle plans out the way, who would like to have a room designed? You crazy fucking bunch.
I have a question first.
Of course.
About transportation.
Yes.
Can it be held in, say, a bag of holding?
Yes, of course. Can be added in a place to a bag of holding, no problem at all.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It packs down to be about the size of, probably at the size of like 2 tents put together. It's quite a large tent. But if you can pop in a bag of holding, sure, of course. It'll
Is
fit
it
in
the
there.
I have
pop-up
a-
tent? Is it the pop-up tent?
No, it does. Assembly is required, unfortunately. Like I say, it takes about 10-15 minutes.
You
to assemble it.
Southerners, I cannot believe you haven't come up with the idea of pop-up tents. My people have, for Christ's sake.
Oh, you guys invented IKEA. Woo.
Ooh, big wow.
Ooh.
Ikea, the northern tribe.
King Allen Key. It's like, it's not the fucking sword and the stone, it's the Allen Key and the plywood. That's all it is. It's just straight out there with a large Allen Key stuck on the side of it.
Oh, Jesus.
That's canon, it's getting written in, man.
Absolutely.
Well,
If Jesus
who
was
would like
the
to go
carpenter,
first?
did he invent IKEA?
Don't say his
In our
name.
campaign?
Anyway, someone had a question, I think. Sorry.
It's just,
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. Carry on.
Okay, Kelgon. Hello, sorry.
Just who'd like to go first?
Oh, fantastic. Please. And he steps in front of you. Close your eyes. Envision the room, and tell it to me, and I'll create it for you. And I will say for all of you as well, the temperature can also be ambiently changed as well. So if you want a particularly cold environment, looks towards Calanthea, or a particularly warm environment, this can be as you wish. The only thing I cannot do is actual weather. But, Elwil, of course. How would you like your room to be?
I'd like a lot of bookcases.
Mhm.
A lot of pillows and maybe a hammock, some tapestries.
Okay.
Make it feel quite warm.
Scatter cushions are in right now. Okay, I can do that.
And maybe a 4-foot bath. If you have a way to get running water in there, that'd be excellent.
A hot
Think it's-
tub.
And
Got a minibar in the corner.
One of those little hula bars.
Just a pool table, maybe.
oh, and can you make sure I just have a very large chest as well, just in case I need to leave anything behind.
Of course, of course. And he closes his eyes for a second. You can feel this vibration in the air that sort of this emanates around Emmerich, and then he sort of. You have a room. The bookcases are. I've filled them with some random trivia. Obviously, you can take them out as you wish. Who's next?
I'll sarcastically bow to Falcoris by your lead captain.
Of course,
Yeah,
we'll
Rick
just
looks
draw
towards
him a look.
Falcoris. And Emmerich just looks at Falcoris, not expectantly, but just, since Joel bowed and gestured, he sort of looks over.
I suppose. I'm undecided though.
If
I've
you
had
need a moment to take it.
Allow me to fill the moment with a question.
Of course.
What would happen if I put Kellegorm in a bag of holding?
Please do not put me in the bag of holding.
Again, Kellegorm in a bag of holding, this works on the principle where as long as he can hold his breath, he'll be alive. The second he runs out of air, he'll die.
But he'll fit.
I believe he looks Kellegorm down. He'll fit.
So it'd be easier to throw him in the bag of holding than in the tent if there's a dragon.
That
Potentially.
that gets onto actually another important question.
Okay.
Is this technically, and now you can obviously you'll know more about Arcane than I, but I've heard tales about putting multi-dimensional spaces within bags of holding, ending quite horrifically.
Provided you don't assemble the tent inside the bag of holding, you should be fine.
Right. And taking the bag of holding inside the tent is also fine.
It's absolutely fine. Again, all no rules apply. You can tip the bag upside down, your contents will spill out. I would just be careful if you decide to destroy the bag of holding inside the tent, as that will rip open the plane of existence the bag of holding creates in another pocket dimension which the tent has created. That could get messy.
Correct. Now that unpleasantness is out of the way, yes, Joel, please do not put me into the bag of holding.
But if we throw you inside the dragon, he swallows the bag, you climb out, set yourself on fire. Problem
What are
solved,
you
am I right?
talking about the dragon? Are you guys going to find the dragon door? Are you the ones that are going to go up and do that to that room that I've heard?
It depends
Wait.
if Kelgorm will go in the bag or not.
Who told you the rumor?
We just heard some circulations that you guys might be going up north. I
By
believe the
who?
commander might have ushered the commander. I believe.
Commander
looks
shouldn't be
over
saying
to-
a word. Alright.
I don't believe we told anyone that.
The
Okay.
commander does know. The only commander should have known. He shouldn't be blabbing his mouth. Alright, well that's a bit of an interesting thing. As for my
I'm
room, it's
Well,
fine.
Just before you, I have something for you. Did a bit of research for you, but we'll go with your rooms first, and I can give you the findings.
As for my room, and I'll summon the flag.
Yep.
I would like a recreation of this in there. Hanging from the rooftop. You know, I would take a normal cot. Not much in
Modest.
it. A desk. A place for armaments. I can't say it in that fucking accent. Armaments. And you ever been to Beacon's Blessing in Brazzaville?
No, I haven't had the honor.
I'll give him a rough description of the front of it.
Yep.
And that's
all
basically how
naval
the door
architecture.
would be.
Beautiful.
And one last thing. Might sound
course.
strange. But put an extra bed in there.
Company, practical. I like it. Normally we put the bed as one big bed, but you want 2 cots, that's fine.
Yeah. Facing one another. And here's the thing, and I'll start describing the interior of what Calypso has got as well, like our kind of shack.
Yep.
And I'll describe different points of like the same sort of similar wall on one point, and then like some of the fabrics that kind of came down. And like I'll mix some of the flags that Falcoris has seen, like his own with colour, but then like the ones that Calypso has been monochromatic, and just constantly like just mixing it so it's like almost as if like the room's split into
Yeah.
but merged together, and it's like that case of like some of it's Falcoris stuff and some of it's Calypso stuff.
Quite cool. I like that.
And then just alright.
It shall be done. And again, same thing, he closes his eyes, there's a ripple of energy. Who's next?
I'll
Looks the last
sarcastically bow at Joel.
By your order, Captain.
Too fucking right. Don't listen to me anyway.
Why would I? My room don't need much. I got quite used to a stone bed growing up, so if that's possible, an altar for me to pray to the Raven Queen would be, I feel, necessary at this point.
Mhm.
And I grew sick of being underground though. So if it's at all possible to have an effect of the sky above, the night sky, that would be. And that's all I need. Don't need anything else. Something
Okay.
basic.
I have something you might like in mind, actually. That might... Okay. If you don't like it, let me know. But, we'll try this. And he... Again, energy, magic, ooh, voodoo shit, rooms created. Looks towards the last 2, my dear friends.
I will kind of very nicely bow to, more sort of invitingly bow to Lavender. I don't want to be a cunt.
All the elegant words that he spews earlier, cunt.
Look, okay.
Master Oogway meets the fucking hound, man.
Look, all right. There's a balance, okay? You got to be a shit stain sometimes, all right?
Of
Like
course,
you can't
yeah.
always come out with decent stuff.
What? There's never a good wipe without some shit first, alright?
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, with the lovely bow, he looks towards Lavender. My dear?
I don't know. I've lived in a tent my whole life, so
Oh, this is like home then. Well, this is a luxurious home.
I have to share it with this lot.
You're in private room, and again, I can even put passwords on your own doors if you'd like.
I have to travel with this lot.
And he leans into your ear. I'm so sorry, darling.
Well, my animals need areas of their own.
I shall add more doors.
No, not a room. Just in my. They need a bit in.
Okay.
Cause.
Good to stretch their legs. Okay.
Yeah. I like flowers. I don't know. A bed. A place for the animals. I do like a lot of flowers and plants. I'm used to the farm. So.
Okay. Question: would you like a bed on the ground or suspended?
Whatever.
I think I might have an idea for you as well, Lavender. Again, if you don't like it, let me know, and I'll happily change it. And again, there's that magical ripple. He's just probably taking the piss at this point. He doesn't probably need to do these effects, but he is. And now you, darling, looks over at Counthier. What should I gift upon thee?
Cold. Quite cold with a breeze, if that's alright.
Figured. Already done that stage.
Understandable. But I would like it to be in the sense of one of the tents from back home, I would think. Where we did have a standard tent, but in the middle there would be an opening at the top, reaching out to the sky. And in the middle would be a fire pit.
Okay.
And after that, simple furs and a nice, slightly raised off the ground bed would be nice.
It shall be done.
And a small place to read, I think.
Very good. Well, with that then, if you'd like to take a step into your new abode and see how you like your rooms. Again, I'll wait out here. If you need anything, let me know and I can adjust as per required. But
Oh, you said a password. What's the password?
That's actually a very good point. What would you like your password to be? Right now, it's not set.
Does it have two-factor authorization?
No, it's got one of those annoying biometrics. You just keep scanning your thumb.
Fuck, man, I hate those. My fur always gets in the way.
I don't have an authenticator on me.
It's done by this thing called Giggle, and it's very paranoid about every time you sign in.
It keeps yelling at me.
If it makes it easy, you don't have to set the password right now. If you need to have a private conversation, then by all means, you can approach me later.
What about Twilight?
Too obvious.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
What about Dawn's Hope?
That works for me.
Quite poetic.
I'll take that.
All in favour of Dawn's Hope? Say aye.
Aye.
Dawn's Hope it is then. You shall observe now, I do not know the password. He approaches the door of the tent and he tries to open it and nothing happens. Dawn's Hope. And we let the door opens in his grip. I should say you do not need the password to leave. That is fairly obvious though. Please, examine your rooms. I will stay out here in the bitter cold and wait for your responses.
So wait, is it just like little
So,
living area?
When you step into the tent, there is this, like I say, little universal living area that's not been, decked out. There is a simple, like I say, this 10 foot by 10 foot space. You can see your doors are on the outside walls of the tent. So in this 10 foot by 10 foot pentagonal space in the middle, there's like a basic, table in the middle with 5 chairs around it, a small cooking station, things where like, a universal communal area. That's what I was looking for, communal area. But again, that can get decked out later. But then again, you do see 5 doors. And one by one, he points to what your doors look like. Falcoris, yours is more obvious for the design of the Beacon's Blessing being the front. But yeah, your other doors get pointed out to you. Kelegorm, we'll start with you since you went first. You open your door and you immediately smell that library book smell of old tomes. Not dusty, but well kept, well bound paper and leather. And you look around and you can see that 2 out of the 4 walls here have floor to ceiling bookshelves with one of those ladder rail systems for each of the walls so you can get to the high points on a ladder. The room is about 15 feet tall. Excuse me. As requested, you can see a very nice, elaborate U-shaped desk with a nice high-back chair in front of it, matching a more royal stature. This high-back chair with plush cushion on it to make sure your back is always supported. And as you say, around it are scatter cushions and seating cushioned areas where you can sit and read a book. On the floor, on an armchair, there's plenty of spaces for that. Each one of them has its own little candle area, so you always have light to read by. You're never without. And in the back, a very nice, very comfortable looking plush bed awaits you. Very well made, not a wrinkle in the sheets.
We'll test it out. I'll be the judge of how comfortable it is.
It is comfy AF, brother.
Okay,
You lay on this
excellent.
thing, and this is royal quality. This is what you're used to as in your younger days being a royal. Not that you aren't anymore, but when you slept on beds like that, this is mimicking that. You fall into the pillow, and your head is being held by a cloud. Your back sinks into this softness before it finds that firmament of the mattress where it firms up. But you still have that sinking feeling first, where the mattress hugs and holds you before holding you firm in that comfy position. It might be memory foam.
Oh, nice.
Turns out it's a mimic and it eats you. Sorry.
It's how I wanted to go.
It's Nightmare on Elm Street style. It just.
So, I'll
But yeah.
get up and walk over to the tub, see if it's got taps.
It does, and as you pour out, hot and cold water pour from each tap.
Lovely. I'll just shout through. You did an excellent job.
Emmerich out in the cold just, says to himself.
I'll peek my head out. I was like, you can wait in the waiting area if you'd like.
Oh, thank you. And he comes and stands by the waiting area. Of course. Again, as you say, the outside of your door is this mimic to the picture. Even though he's never seen it before, yeah, a few details are off, but again, from the description you gave it, it's near enough, if not what you were expecting it to be. And again, you open the door, and sure enough, you see this blend of 2. You can see where this oak-style wood goes around one half, and then this monochrome grayish wood overlaps the planks, go across each other, that sort of stuff, as if like they've been built deliberately, like the structure was built with overlapping wood that hold it firm, these 2 different halves of the room. And as you say, the bannerments that you requested from Calypso's side hang in drapes, again mimicking what is in her own headspace. A cot of simple design, basically the room that she's created in her head, you have almost mimicked here to a T.
Mm-hmm.
The centerpiece, though, where the rooms become one, is this large banner, as you mentioned, of the Mirage unit. And you can see it's as it should be. It's without a breeze in the room, it still sways if there was a gentle breeze that keeps gently pushing it now and again, constant motion. But you notice something different about it straight away. Half of its color, and half of its monochrome. And the half that bleeds into obviously her room is the monochrome half, and the half that bleeds into yours is the colored.
Mm-hmm.
Emmerich does poke his head in at that point, as you saw stand and look at the banner, because you probably pretty imagine Falcoris actually stand and look at the banner for a few seconds. He sort of pokes his head in. Now, I know I changed it, but I can make it full color if you'd like it to be to its original point.
Nah, that's a good touch. We kind of got what I was going for.
Glad. You look to the rest of the room and... Oh, sorry, of course.
Before you go, shut the door for a second.
He shuts the door behind him.
With our new title, Twilight Company. We're going to need the crest itself. You're quite good at visualizing and coming up with designs.
I try.
You think you can build something for us?
You give me some ideas for your company. It's your company after all, your group, and I'll throw together what I can.
Not
The very
100%
least
sure.
Literally the very least I could do for you.
But, well, you know us, in a way. You've seen us, you know our personalities. Twilight Company, I'm sure you can work something up.
Leave it with me. I'll see what I can... I'll throw a couple of designs your way and see what you guys think.
Sounds good.
Test the fucking DM like that, how dare you?
Thank you,
If
by the
only
way.
we had someone in this party who loves art.
Golly gosh.
Who, me? Because I love art. Anyway, sorry. I've not got the time for it. I'm sorry, no.
You look around the rest of the room though, yeah. Emmerich says he'll throw a couple of designs your way. Translation, Matt will this weekend's gonna be fucking busy. And you look around the rest of the room, and as you pictured it again, Calypso's half is how you envisioned into her head, or in her headspace here. Your half is exactly as you requested, a very basic cot that even as you lay in it has that traditional creak that, you know, most might find annoying, but you find nostalgic. As you lay in and the planks underneath bend to your body weight and make that creaking sound. The desk, again, very basic desk with, you know, a two-tiered desk, I still say, so you have room to put your inkwells, that stuff out the way, and your paperwork on the base. Again, the chair, it's nothing fancy whatsoever. It is just a bog standard, comfortable, but bog standard chair. Nothing too flashy about anything in here, apart from the banner. But as you asked for.
Just as I'll nod to Emmerich and say thank you.
Of course.
And by the way, good work. Thank you very much.
I know.
And then I'll nod at him and then I'll let him leave. And as I sit down in the bed, I'll be like, well, you've got your own headspace, but I suppose I've got mine now. That's you.
It's quite cute you thought of me in that one as well.
Well, I wouldn't be here without you.
I'm not there with you, I'm in here.
No, you are. And I'll summon like one of the Eldritch Blasts. Like the Ethereal.
Yeah.
If you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to do this and then disperse it. Summon a sword. The same sort of thing. And then let it disperse. So you are with me. Regardless if you think you're just in there, you're not. You're helping me out here as well. So...
Are you trying to make me cry?
I mean, if you want to cry, you can cry. That's fine.
I'll make you cry first, boy.
I mean, not really. Maybe cry with
I'll
laughter.
give you something to cry about.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, what is my wisdom saving throw? Oh boy, that's not be great. Oh, actually, it's pretty decent. It's 18.
18. Very much cloudy with a chance of Meatball's police officer style. You feel tears start to well, but you need no, and the tear disappears.
Nice try.
Get back in there.
Nice try.
Fair. Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
You're welcome. We'll make it
Maybe
more
one day
colourful.
I'll even get to use the bed. Maybe one day, if things go weirdly.
We'll figure something out.
I could take Joel's body.
To be fair, it'll be better than Joel. No offense to him.
As we transition,
Fine, no healing for you then.
Joel didn't hear that?
Emmerich comes out from from Falcoris's room.
Oh, my headrest moves. Oh my god, this is game changing. Sorry, carry on.
You are such a simple man, it is unreal.
I need nothing in life.
Joel, when he sees his stone bed.
Well,
Oh my god, I can move the stone pillow.
It's just mark art style. It's just Joel's
Well, as
getting
we-
comfy, just hear dragging noises.
Just a bad rock.
as we come to Joel's scene again, Emmerich opens the door for you and lets you in, and before you is not a room per se. You can't see walls. you see a plain. A grassy plain is before you. And this room's been inspired to be an open campsite based around a flat boulder. You can see the boulder's got a simple fur draped over the top of it, with to act as, so you're not actually sleeping on the stone itself. You have like a softer lay, with a blanket on top of it, also made out of rudimentary traveling blankets and that sort of stuff. A cooking station is off to the back, because, he knows you. Emmerich does know you.
That crock pot's going straight there.
Yep, you place the crock pot and it fits beautifully. And you look around as well, and like I say, you can't see any walls, but you do feel around. There is a border to this room. There are walls in place, but it's just, the illusion of this open plain field. And as you sort of sit there, you can even feel that cooler air of night. Nothing too cold that will upset you, but it will give that satisfaction when you go to bed, feel that tuck in to fight the cold sensation. It's just that nippy bit, where when you lay in bed, put the blanket over, you'll always get a satisfaction of, I'm warm under here. And coming out the ground, as if being birthed from the rock itself, at the other end of the room, you see a jet black stone altar made of obsidian, shaped loosely like a raven's feather.
Beautiful.
And again, you can see there's not so much a desk per se, but it is more like a traveling pop-up thing, where this whole thing's been themed around a solo traveler and that sort of stuff. Where again, this little pop-up desk is sat, but there's been several that's been put together to make it a bit more practical, so if you need a wider space, you can do. And the desk has it's one of those desks that has the actual desk as a lid, so you can open it up, and there's, place to put your pens and that sort of shit as well. But as you test out the bed, and you sort of lay back there, and you rest your head against the pillow, you adjust it with a grinding sensation. You look up, and above you is a cloudless night sky, with up in the middle is a full moon with beautiful craters that illuminate and cast the light in this room that you're in right now. This is your torch for the room, is the moon. And behind it is constellation after constellation of winking and blinking stars that look down upon you as you sleep. Emmerich comes in. A bit different, I know, but I hope this is adequate.
It is perfect.
I'm glad.
It's exactly what I need. Thank you.
You're welcome. And he sort of backs out and leaves you alone. Lavender comes to your door, and he opens the door, but even when the door opens, you hear rustling as the door pushes through blades of grass. And you can see, again, similar to Joe's, there's no visible border, but this is a forest that you step into. Tall, lush trees of green, brown, and red, very autumnal, are scattered around. You can see that up high, there's purchases and even a birdhouse for Silvery. And off from one of the further rooms, you can see there's this large, where the grass has been flattened down, and some of the trees have been bowed over to make a little shelter where Brownie can sleep as well. A soft hay bedding provided. But the floor is a plethora of color, as if an artist has dropped their color palette on the floor but let the colors grow from the earth. Pinks, purples, reds, oranges, yellows, all of them create this cacophony of color in front of you, of all these different flowers. All the heads are different as well. You can see patched lavenders, bluebells, foxgloves, daisies, the lot. I'm not good at herbs, I can't name them all, but they're there. You see as well, for your bed, you can see two large trees that come out in the middle of the room, and a very large, very comfortable set hammock hangs between them.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Emmerich looks over and smiles. I enjoyed this one. It was quite beautiful to make.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He steps out, and last but not least, we go to the Encanthia. The second that your door is opened, you can feel that chill, the chill of home that washes over you. And you can see that snow is laid across the floor. But it's the snow of foot boots that trod the snow into a earthy ground. And it's like you say, you come to the standard tent, where up above you can see, a hole in the tent where the illusion of a sky above is open, and directly underneath it is a large, dug into the ground fire pit. Currently not lit, but the wood and the planks and the kindling are all there ready for a nice warm hearth to be lit. You can see throws everywhere, animal skins to make up these carpets and rugs. There's even places like plaques on the wall for mounted deer heads and that sort of stuff. Should you want to do anything like that, there's a space to do so. You see as well that familiar low to the ground cot effect, where you more have to like crawl onto your bed sort of thing and roll off in the morning. And again, it's made up of not just one blanket, but several thrown on top of each other rugs and skins and leathers. And again, it's not designed for comfort, but for you it is. The bed for most other people might be hard and rigid, but for you, this is home, this is life, this is what you slept in from infancy onwards. This is home. And again, that temperature is low. And as you step in, you can see Emmerich is already like, I should probably get some good gloves. As he puts his hand in his pockets, and you feel that home, to the point that you even unbutton, a little bit just to feel that breeze across you and that that shoulder sharp. Just
time to get comfy. No.
Whoa. But and then what you said to Falcoris by the tree earlier resonates, that home isn't the place. Home is where you're the people you make home. But in this moment, in this exact moment, you have that homely feeling.
Nice.
And he looks around again. Any changes I can make? Anything I can add in?
No, I think you've outdone yourself. And
Thank you.
redeemed yourself of a little bit of my anger.
Thank you. Maybe one day I can take it all off. In time, though.
Bit by bit, friend. Bit by bit.
So the only thing I'd like to take off. Way! He says, running out the room.
You know as well he's going, wait, that sort of run.
Emmerich, it's so cold in here.
Kellegorm just out in the waiting area, like.
Yeah, Kellegorm will remember this appears in the top left corner of the screen.
How does the waiting area look?
So again, it's very, I don't want to use the word plain, or there's room for your own creativity in this communal space. So right now there's a simple circular table with 5, again, basic but practical and comfortable chairs, a very, again, essential cooking station at the back. And Emmerich will tell you that this room can be furnished how you want it. Right now the walls are just a very simple wooden effect. Again, the floor has got a nice little carpet that's down on it, so it's not sore on the foot. But again, if you guys want to change it now, he can, or if you want to add things in your own time, you can do that as your adventures continue. It's up to yourselves. But again, compared to your rooms, the communal area is pretty basic.
Don't know about anyone else, but I think it could be quite fun to decorate this as we go forward.
I think we need a map of Alria. We need to buy one along the way. And a map of... Oh, sorry, not Alria. I'm thinking the wrong place. A map of Lorenthal.
Oh, easy. Done. And you look in the round table in the middle. The tabletop descends down. A glass pane comes over the front of it. And as you look under the glass, the table is now a world map.
Perfect.
Easy days.
Okay.
Any other suggestions?
Could I get a map of the south one in my room?
Done. Set the back wall.
Thanks.
Could I just get a few storage pieces, maybe like a bust, just in case I find any interesting crowns or necklaces or things I want to keep a hold of.
Absolutely. And again, he does. And again, I should say, for course, again, you got your armament stands as well. These empty armor stands and plaques and plinths to put swords and shields on the wall as well, hang up. So, forgot to mention that, but you have them in your room. But yeah, Kellegorm, as you requested, there's now, if you go back into your room, a few bare, plain-faced busts and jewelry boxes and that sort of stuff where you can stash and display your loot.
Great.
But as I mentioned outside, I do have something for you. I didn't mean to cause controversy by saying about the mission, but I do have something for you on that note, though.
It's fine, Emmerich. You are one of the trusted ones, I gather, so it's just they shouldn't be out in the open, if you get me.
Of course, I do know how to infiltrate the inner circle, you guys, ha ha ha. But I'm not going to abuse my position of power, more to use it for your aid.
So
Now,
lay it on me.
with this dragon door, it's a bit... Again, the legend you might all know, but I'll go through it again just in case. Where the first dragon, the original dragon, fought... Well, before the end times, really, of the apocalyptic events of the wars, was a rogue fucking agent. No one can tie him down as far as allegiance goes. They were completely of their own nature. One day friend, one day foe. During this time, though, mortals got sick of this and took action and killed the first dragon. And it said from their body spawned the dragons of today and their kin, so on and so forth. Now, as far as the location goes, I wasn't able to find that. However, what I did find was an old text. An old song of the dragon, actually. So it took a bit of translating, but I was able to do my best. I have it here, and he pulls out a parchment of paper. I've written down the text, obviously, for you, so you have your own translation, but it reads as follows, and I will put this in the chat, so you don't have to worry about taking notes, because it's quite fucking long.
Yeah, I was just about to...
So I will copy and paste this. So, the verse of the dragon is what I've translated to loosely be.
Story time.
Quite. On days of high, and in the throngs of war, here starts the legend of the dragon door. On wings of color, powerful and strong, is the burdened loss of this forgotten song. On hurricanes they flew, on tsunamis they surfed, simply landing created quakes through the earth. The one who was first, and the one who was only, they commanded no army, and they were declared unholy. No mortal could tame, no god would want, no titan could shackle, they are free to terror and haunt. No allegiance would last, no enemies would remain, the god of wings could never be slain. But when the world grew tired of this never-ending roar, a plan was devised to make them no more. With weapons and cunning and a plan so profound, it was decided mortals would win this time around. In a strike so swift, it caught the air by surprise, down fell the wings with the terror lays and dies. The earth was flung, volcanoes erupted, and for their tomb, a mountain range constructed. Lost forever, with no body to be seen, the world moved on the world there. Fuck! Lost forever, with no body to be seen, the world moved on, embraced by time's serene. But new wings took the sky, though smaller in stature, but mortals still filled a second blooded rapture. So mortals left to find the first, in hopes of ending this unbroken curse. But in the rock face none could see what was created by my winged brothers and me. A door so hidden that the eyes cannot find, a door so secret it should go past the mortal mind. In the lowest point of the highest peak, a dragon door is what they seek. But none shall arrive, and none shall awaken, for our parent is alive, although very shaken. Rest is required, rest is what they need, and one day in future times the world will concede. So, from what I can tell here, this first dragon might not be quite dead. To awaken it might be a bad thing. Going by what this verse of the dragon says. And I should say, this was translated from the Draconic language. So I do believe this, I'm going to do some fact checking still on this one, but I do believe this to be a song made by the dragons.
They're being cold there.
Then we'll be trying to wake up.
I don't know if... Obviously, I don't know what your mission is up north, but I know it's somewhere in that mountain range, and he sort of gestures his head towards the northern ranges. Is a door that they boast impossible to find.
I've got a lot of impossible tasks coming up.
Well, I'm sure you'll find a way.
We will.
This is, just to let you know, this is going to go in the handouts chat for you guys.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Just there then.
The lowest point of the highest peak.
So we find the tallest mountain, and we go to the bottom.
At the base.
That Would you indulge me in a history check to see if I know what the highest point is in Lornthal?
You can certainly try.
Can I be part of that?
I'd say anyone that wants to try it, you can do.
Was it just
I'm not gonna
history?
bother.
Just straight up
My
history.
history is not that
Do I
great,
have-
but yeah.
Do I have
25.
anything in history?
25.
Me trying to figure that out is.
I'm not gonna bother. Genuinely, I'm.
A 12
Yeah,
for
me
me.
and you don't qualify, mate.
Thing is, I'm proficient in it, but it's still only like a +4 bonus. I'm not even gonna. Joel is wise, but he's dumb as fuck.
You've encapsulated who he is in a single sentence.
He thinks tomatoes are a vegetable.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So 25 was the highest, was it? Yeah, or
Yeah.
perfect. So you know that there is a mountain, but it's sort of made up of two peaks, like two mountains that came to one. At the base is one, but there are two peaks on top of it. And it is called the Lame Lin Highland. So Lamlin Highland. And that is the tallest mountain, which is found in the mountain range up to the north, the Thundering Mountains.
Did you see this map? I had like glass over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just what do I have? I just take out. I assume I've got like some form of like charcoal or something in my tinderbox, correct? Is that a
Well,
thing?
yeah.
Oh, I've got a forgery kit.
Inventory.
I've got a forgery kit. I'll just take a little dab of ink and point that out for everyone. It's the highest point I know about. The Lameland Highlight.
Do you have the original text there, Emmerich?
Not on me here, no. That's back in my study in Horizon.
Right.
Might I ask why? Can I aid you?
I have an ability to be able to read all writing,
Okay.
just in case there was anything missing. Not that I doubt what you've given us. I don't mean that in any way. It's just in
Oh,
case
of course.
they've tried to decipher anything into that.
I could. He sort of looks at his sundial on his wrist.
We don't have
could-
time.
That's okay. I was gonna say I could try and get it, but I don't have a certain spell you might need prepared today for me to go do that.
We don't have
Wasn't
time.
thinking I needed to go anywhere.
I appreciate it. We'll practically be moving in the morning.
Fair enough.
I do have one more thing I'd like to ask before we turn in. That painting that we entered, have you any more information about that?
We sent a party in.
And how did that go?
Yeah,
So
no more
he
sending
didn't
parties in.
come back. I will say they were completely voluntary. There was no drafting. It was a completely voluntary party. Who wanted to go and study based on what you described. We lost communications, and we haven't had the balls to go back in since.
That's something we can deal with another time.
What kind of insane people did you get to willingly go into that place after what we described?
Didn't you
there.
jump in?
After what we described. After. The key word, Joel. Also, you jumped in as well.
I was pulled in after he said it.
That's
Yeah,
true,
still.
isn't it?
Some certain brave people out there, and yeah,
No more parties.
no, that's been agreed already. That no one else is going to enter. It's strictly off limits.
So went in.
What was that? Sorry.
Who went in?
Again, it was a band of not adventurers. They were a couple. I believe it was made up of 2 lions. One of my, unfortunately, assistants who wanted to study the arcane, and one other adventurer who was promised quite a bit of gold upon completion. I don't have all their names here, apart from my adventurer. Sorry, my student assistant. Fuck's sake, Matthew, learn who the D&D characters are in this fucking universe, please. It would be quite handy if you knew your fucking job as the DM, of course. Now let me get their notes pulled up here. Who died? Who died?
Oops has perished.
Bob.
Whom doth the bell toll this time?
For Bob. Bob died.
Bob Dylan. What a shame.
I'm sure someone
visionary
will
on the
miss
loop.
his music.
Jaden. That was their name. Took me a second there. They're so replaceable, the assistants. You know what it's like.
I have 100. I could not care.
I am the king of assistants.
Alright.
But yes, that is now off limits. It is now only access to it is via myself and Elena herself as well. The only 2 in this whole country legally allowed to get close to it now. It is under severe lock and key.
Fair enough.
We can deal with that another time.
There's just dragons
we
to
are more
hunt now.
prepared. It could be a fun little foray.
I will not lie, the curiosities of another pocket dimension do call to me, but I have resisted, and I will contain you, but someone creating their own pocket dimension as vulgar as that is enticing. Intriguing, at the very least.
Well,
Maybe when
we have a few major world events to get through, and then we can have a look.
Sounds good to me.
Well, it might be better not to send people in, but to research where it came from, who made it, find out its specifics, trace it down, where it changed hands.
That'll mean dealing with your lot, I believe. He looks towards you, Elleril.
said word.
Try my best.
The person who was responsible for the space that we found it in, though, I believe is dead. He died, right? The Mohawk.
Who, sorry?
I can't
No,
remember
he's
his name.
still alive.
No, he's still alive.
Um,
Okay, never mind.
Oh, fucking
that back.
Wigglewand, whatever his name was.
Wiggle
Yeah,
one, that's it.
Wiggle
Alvin Wigglewand.
Yeah.
The Wiggler.
That's a stage name.
Hello, Wiggler.
Again, these types don't typically like knowing that they've been stolen from.
Well,
I could see the
That's
conflict.
just try and find out where it was made, who made it, why, what was the purpose.
I'll see what I can dig up.
If we can find that, we get more information on how the fuck we combat it.
I'll see what information we can dredge.
Anyways, and Falcorus will stretch and like wince. Oh, it's been a day since we're hunting dragons. I feel like I'm gonna go to my bed just now. Do me a favour, Emmerich. Tell Commander Rocknurse I want to see him in the morning.
I will do.
Thank you. And Falcorus will give everybody a nod and go into his room and shut the door.
I must also away. I have my own sleep to attend to. This beauty doesn't maintain itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always. And he bows his head and takes his leave. So, let's ask you all go to your own respective rooms. Is there anything else once people do before night is up?
I just want to have a little search for my bookcase Specifically,
Oh, he's going
looking.
back in the notes. He's going
He's
back.
going
Yeah.
He's going back.
He's going back in the annals of time right now. Deep in the anal of time.
Calendar's
I'm
not in his room.
looking. Yeah.
Is what it's called. The anal of time.
Jesus
We're just
Christ.
having a look to see if a particular book has been stocked on my bookshelf. The
Which particular book would this be?
Foregone Tales from Foregone Lands.
Make a investigation check, please.
Using the dagger of time to make it last longer.
Please.
I
Investigation.
think it's more docking of Destiny, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh no, bro.
Yes.
I'm so
Is
glad.
that your character night, mate?
17.
Disappointment.
17. Takes you 5-6 minutes, and as you're about to give up, you look in the very, very top right corner of one of these high bookshelves to the point that, you know, you think you see it, you rush the ladder over and quickly skirt up, and yes, that book is there.
Let's read the story of the Valiants of the Templar before I fall asleep.
No worries. And again, you flick through all the stories that were once there read to you as kids are there, but again, you probably a good 2-3 times read over the Valiants of the Templar before finally you feel yourself yawn and the mind starts to get foggy and you fall asleep on your many scatter cushions. The rest of you just going back to bed as well, or?
Pretty much.
Perfect.
Yerp.
Can I get each of you to roll a d20 for me, please, as you drift off to sleep?
The bag, man.
Just any bonus or just
I'd-
straight d20?
Straight 20, please.
Do not like this. And
Okay.
especially because of
you
what I've
don't
just
like
rolled.
it.
A bitch.
I was gonna say you don't like it. I got on that one.
So did I.
Oh no.
Okay.
Falcoris,
I
I'll see
got
you on the other side,
14.
brother.
14.
I got 12.
Start rolling our
12.
characters now. Nice.
We're gonna
I
be like in a
got-
submarine, just.
I
Lavender?
got 13.
13. 2
No one rolling particularly well there, but Falcoris and Joel are a little bit. What happens as a stone pillow crash my head?
As you go to sleep, you as a fucking minecart hits you out of nowhere.
Oh no!
Steam powered minecart.
It's Piss Man in the minecart. He's coming for me.
But you all complete a long rest.
Oh,
I just
thank
sent
God.
someone a message. You all
Spell
complete
cards.
a long rest. So you gain your hit points or your spell slots, anything
My
else any features
magic.
used. My magical abilities.
I can do things again.
Perfect. So, you all come to consciousness next morning, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
At some point, I'll probably let those go first. I will check in with El Docteur.
Cool.
At some point, but the others can
Not a
do what they're gonna do.
Falcoris,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't help but notice, and I'm aware there's some sentimental value there, but your armor's looking a bit worn.
And your point?
Should probably get you some new stuff. Now we have some coin.
I don't have coin.
Joel's old armor.
Happy.
Bag of holding.
I've got about just shy of 500. If you want to see about getting an upgrade.
Maybe sometime soon. Hang on to that 500. It's the most money you've had in a while.
Yeah.
Ouch, the fucking king broke his shit, man.
At least he's not
Fucking
got
Nicole.
46 gold.
What did
And-
you even spend? We had $1,000 each.
I spent it on a new set of armor that I'm immediately going to replace.
Sucks to suck.
Listen, I'm just saying, again, not to metagame, but Joel's old scale mail armor in the fucking Vagaholding.
Plus, you're right.
No,
There's a bit of sentimental to this, I guess. And I'll look down at the scarred battle breastplate,
It
but it's
is-
still there.
Torn to shit. Like, you would know that if you're like still in your Mirage unit, you would have got an upgrade long ago. You would have replaced the patches. You would have replaced the dents. You'd have got the studding redone. But ever since what happened, you've not touched it.
But I will one day. Just not right now.
again. My gold's party gold. If you need help.
Well, tell you what. When we meet a dragon, we'll ask if it can forge me a bit of armor, eh?
Make sure it's fireproof then.
I think it's you that's needing fireproof armor.
Makes it more effective.
Appreciate looking out for me, though. Gotta go.
Oh, we all gotta look out for each other.
We do. Oh, shit. A fucking ace look towards Joel, though.
He's just eating his breakfast. No worries.
He's got a big bowl of brekkie in front of him.
He's just stuffing his face with as much food as possible.
Okay, of course, we'll stand up and stretch. And Blair, I've got a meeting to get to first. I'll meet you
I
guys
will say
here.
as well, point of reference, that was one of the best night's sleeps you guys had. The beds were comfy and how you wanted them. You guys slept soundly. Probably the first time in a long time. Especially not having to bother about taking watches either. It's just a full 8 hours of just sleep has been sorely needed and missed.
Of course, we'll just bow and nod to everybody and walk out the tent and go and find Commander Rocknarsk.
Fantastic. Anybody else got plans for the morning? Or the day? No worries. Cool. So we got Falcoris gonna go see the commander and Joe gonna go see Le Docteur.
Le Docteur.
So, Falcoris, let's start with you then. So you trudge along and you can see again this morning the atmosphere, the electricity of war games has died down. Again, you can tell that morale isn't low anymore, but there's still that buzz in the air has gone. And not just from the 2 lightning bolts that Joel and Counthier took, just the actual electricity of the air, generally speaking, has lowered. As again, each new dawn is a fresh reminder that they're getting a day closer to what's going to happen, where some of them might not come back. Again, it's a similar feeling that you're akin to. You know, you've had that feeling before. But sure enough, you approach the war tent, the main war tent, and you can go and find the commander. He's in there. He's probably in his own room. You can see he's right now very red, tired eyes. He's sort of like rubbing them as you enter the room, looking over paperwork upon paperwork in front of him. You can tell he's got 2 inkwells out. One's already run dry, and it's not even like 9 o'clock in the morning yet. And he's rubbing his eyes quite heavily.
As I shut the door, can we be heard in here?
Of course. No, it is Emmerich did some magic shit, so this is a silent room.
Alright. I'll sit down in front of him.
How can I help you, son?
You be quiet with what you say, by the way. The dragon door. Emmerich knew about it. And apparently it's went around ranks.
Shouldn't have gone around ranks. I did let Emmerich know.
Right.
I know you asked me not to, but with the information gathered, and they were asking about you, the Queen, and even Emmerich, about my plan with you and all this, and I did think it necessary to maybe mention what it's doing. So I did tell Emmerich and Elena, again under secrecy, about your mission north.
Alright. I trust you. It's just be careful. There's too
It's
many...
going around the ranks, that is an issue.
Well, I don't know if it's truly went round the ranks. Emmerich did say it was a rumour that he heard. I think maybe he was trying to protect you. I'm not sure anymore. Anyways, just be careful. There's too many people around now. We don't know who truly is friend and foe.
Trust me, I know that all too well. I haven't forgotten.
The encampment seems battle nervous.
Again, it always is. I got the most experience from my side here. The problem with the Creed is they've not seen a war before. I mean, none of these guys here have, but they've been training for it their whole lives. The Creed are scientists, engineers. They're not soldiers. Some of them might claim to be, and yeah, some of them are assassins, sure. But they're not trained like we are.
Yeah.
So, there's an atmosphere, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll do what I can, what I have.
Well,
Me and the
hopefully.
Silver Song are coordinating some efforts and come up with a plan of attack. With the good doctor's help. Still no word from the Doorhill Sanctorium. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing or not, but we'll find out in due time.
Well, hopefully with the victory, it turns the tide and we actually make the Creed go in a better step forward.
I just find it weird. This is going to be a costly civil war,
It is.
but no one's going to really know about it. This isn't the civil war that we signed up for. We've been dragged into it instead.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, we need the Creed on our side. What's coming? What's coming, Commander? It's gonna be this. Will look like fucking kiddies play.
Yeah, I guess our rear is a bit of a foreboding sight.
I'm not just talking about Aurea. If the Shadowfell spills into here, it's not gonna be pretty.
No. That's what I got you guys for. You're gonna deal with that for us.
That's a lot.
You're my ace of my sleeve, of course. You and your Twilight Company.
I can't help but worry that we'll end up meeting the same end as the Mirage unit, the original one.
You can't go your life thinking like that.
Every movement,
You gotta
we're a broken unit. It's hard to tie them all together. I don't know. Well, everybody's got their own ambitions as well. When we was in the army, everybody used that as the way forward. Everybody agreed on the path forward, but everybody's got their own minds in the Twilight Company. Everybody wants to do their own thing. No, that's a bad thing. I'll try and help them as much as I can with whatever goals they've got. But it's hard. It's hard to get them to focus on a group pinpoint, if you get me.
It's funny, you know the your Mirage unit wasn't exactly much better. Private conversations I had with individual members of the team behind your back would shock you.
Well, that's unsettled me a
No
little.
one's. It's not designed to unsettle you. It's designed to more exemplate the fact that, for example, Thaz. Think about Thaz. Big, strong man. Drink anybody under the table. Punch anybody
Sometimes.
over a table. Sometimes. Did you know he'd often come to me and ask me, because he couldn't write himself, letters to his family? And they are quite sentimental letters. Quite emotional. You never expect that from the big man. The point I'm trying to make is, yes, everyone's fragmented in their own rights, but you give everyone a common goal. As you say, they'll all push the same target. I think potentially in this problem, and this is where Euro's captain might need to step up a little bit, there's no common goal. Yeah, you can say that, you know, you need to do X, Y, Z, but make it real. Make it emotional. Make it their goal. Not just a group decision. Their goal. The group wants to do something, but it does the individual.
That's a problem though. They're all set in their ways. I mean, I've got a fucking royal under the Twilight Company. Literally the
A
fucking
royal
king.
who... But again, you have a royal who gave the biggest out in royal history a few weeks ago.
And that will
Who
go
ran
down in
away to
history.
join a secret thief organization. Don't think of him as a royal. For all intents and purposes, he isn't. As far as legalities go, he's once again missing. He's not king. Elena is. He is your cloak and dagger. You got an asshole in Joel. Good. You need an asshole. You need someone to rub you up the wrong way, to get you to your blood boiling, to give you that opposing viewpoint, to challenge you. You need someone to keep you in the right. Someone to challenge your mind. Yeah, he can be a dick sometimes, what you told me. But I believe, truly, his heart might be in the right place. Is it selfish? Sure. But who isn't? In a day like this, you need to have some selfishness about you. Otherwise, you're gonna get walked over. The problem is, Joel is not a pushover, and he's not afraid to say he's not. But there's still a chance to get on his good side. You might not want to, but you might have to. Lavender, she's not seen any of our world. And it's a damn shame that she was brought into it by her mother. But again, she's got talent, she's got uses, she's fresh. She's that peace that you need. When everything's going all fucked up and angry, her innocence can shine through and bring that happiness back again. Callanthere, I've never met a more level-headed man in my life. That man can look at anything and find balance in it. He can see the good and the bad and take them for what they are, and not get trodden down by either one. That man embodies balance, and I'm damn impressed with it. And you've been through hell and back. You have been dragged where I dare not go myself. And I applaud you for that, because here you are still standing in front of me. You led before. You can lead again. But you might not have to. As you've completely said, you ain't a captain no more. You're just part of a new company. But you ain't no captain. So don't lead. Don't follow. Guide.
Yeah. After what you've just told me, maybe I was never a leader before.
No, that's a load of bullshit. And if I had more fucking energy, I would slap the shit out of you for saying that. I appointed you captain for all the right reasons. How many missions did you succeed before you had the one that failed?
Yeah. But if they couldn't come at me about the personal issues, I mean, I tried. I gave Amar time off when I shouldn't have. And I'll look at him like, that's me revealing something to you. Like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
He listens, but he doesn't react in any way.
Kells should have been a leader. After that training session, she was a true leader amongst us. But regardless, it's a big task that we've got, and we've got 3 fronts, and this is a problem. We've got the Creed, we've got Alria, I've got the Shadowfell. And I suppose it's 4 fronts. This fucking dragon nonsense.
Boil it down. You're overthinking. Alria is Alria. That's another country, that's another water far away. That ain't touching us right now. The Creed, I've got that. That's what this is for. This is my charge, and Miss Silversong's. You have nothing to do with this. Your charge right now is that door. That's it. Everything else will come in time. But right here, right now, that shit's my responsibility, and I'll carry that burden. Until you come in and take the weight off my shoulders. You carry too much, Felcoris. Lighten the fucking load. That's an order.
It would be if I was under your command, Commander.
Don't give me sarcasm. I'm telling you that as a friend, alright? Lighten the load. Take a breather.
Keep an eye on Bucky for me. He's the key to the Shadowfell.
Again, he's up north still. Haven't heard a receive back from him and Amara yet, but hoping to get word back soon.
Look. This difficult path, we'll do what we can. We'll try and stop these dragons bringing back any sort of fucking knockback. I know dragons, well, from legend I suppose. I know that some of them can talk too. I'll try the diplomatic route first. There's no point in trying to do bloodshed if we don't have to. I mean, dragons are powerful. But unfortunately, I just got a bad feeling about it all. Everything seems to connect into just falling on top of us. And we're going to have to try and hold the weight as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of death coming around the corner. I just hope that us, yourselves, even the new Mirage unit can hold up to it and not fall like the last time. By the way, the new captain just got a very, very hard shell.
I've noticed. We need to crack that one.
Which is going to be very soft on the inside. So if one does fall in the Mirage unit, she's not going to take it well.
No.
I know from experience.
Again, this whole Mirage unit, it's not there yet, but it's getting there. Especially this artisan nonsense from last night. They're nowhere near ready. But they ain't far from it either, at the same time. Tweaks. Fine-tuning.
Was the determination that Azan showed something else. Not seen that many folk. I'll tell you that.
Fierce.
It'll be
For
good.
sure. I think, again, I'll let the captain confirm this, but I believe they have made the cut. Based on their grit alone.
They should have done. I would have took them on now or a Mirage unit. But
Again, we need to speak with the captain this morning anyway to confirm these bits and pieces. And that's the main meeting is the fate of Artisan, but I believe he should be fine. I believe he's in.
I'll do my best out there.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Do me a favour. Keep a very, very close eye on Emmerich. As well.
On Emmerich?
Yeah.
Are we talking about keeping a bad eye on Emmerich?
I
In
don't
the
know.
sense of, I can't trust him, eye on Emmerich?
I don't know. He's involved with Calanthier stuff. And as much as he seems good, I just can't help but think there might be something behind it. Might be nothing, and I hope to God it's not. I hope that he's the most trustworthy person I could ever meet. It'll be good. But I'm worried.
I'll keep a watch. He and I tend to have a lot of overlapping meetings these days with his new station. So we talk.
I'm
Now
sure you'll
watch.
get a good judge of him. Anyways,
You better get geared up.
pretty
got a
much
long road
already
ahead of you.
go.
Oh, good for you.
If there's any more word of Shadowfell, send us a message. I don't know how. I'm sure you can find a magic practitioner that can send us a message. Because, we're running out of time. TikTok.
Tick tock on the clock.
But the party
Is-
don't stop. It's cool. I'm fine.
And
Falcoris,
like I said,
tonight we're gonna fight till we see the sun. It's fine.
like I said, Hookie's the key to the Shadowfell.
Mhm.
And I'll stand up and go to the door and open it. Turn back and you thought about renaming the Mirage unit, right?
Thoughts crossed my mind, but I'm sentimental.
Let them choose.
Good idea.
Right. Good morning. Good luck in all the meetings you've got.
Thanks.
And I suppose we won't see each other, so good luck in a warhead.
Hopefully I'll be still around to see it.
I'm sure you will be.
Try my best.
And
Look
I'll
in your front.
do the old salute
He gives you one back.
and walk out the door and head towards the tent again.
No worries. Joel, we'll cut to you as well as you have your brekkie. You watch Falcoris leave, and then a few minutes later, you take your own from the from the tent. Pardon me.
All this food, so much.
Must consume. And with belly full, you go find the doctor. And once again, he's in his tent where you left him, basically.
Good doctor. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Joel.
Just wanted to quickly reiterate that I'm grateful for your help here, but I'm also aware that this might not be your highest priority, given everything going on with the Creed. And I'm heading off. Don't actually know where. So I won't be around for a while to collect what you make. So I'm afraid the favor of getting your sanctuary help anyway will definitely have to wait, assuming I make it back.
I understand. As you can imagine, as you're right in saying that, right now the priorities are focused elsewhere. But yours is high on the list, that's for sure. But,
No.
first I need to end bloodshed.
I understand. Just wanted to make it clear to you that I do intend to make it back, and I do intend to repay your kindness for helping me.
You're of course welcome.
And if there's anything else you need in the meantime, other than what you've already asked of me, then I'm more than happy to oblige.
Should you ever need me, when all is settled, obviously you can't just come to my sanctorium because of plague, of course. Go to the north of Losterim. There's an old fishing hut. Leave a note, and we'll pick you up. You and your friends.
Dream. Just writing shit down. Thank you, Doctor. I'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you as well, once again, Joel.
You too. And that'll be Joel.
Anybody else for anything? Boys, we'll push
Actually,
out
could
this
I
one. Yeah.
could I check on Thingy Artisan?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know if he's conscious or not at this point, so
You, interesting enough, go to the infirmary on this one. And there you do, pushing through and that sort of stuff. Everyone knows who you are, so no really questions, obviously, you being here. You do see a gathering. You can see the new Mirage unit all standing around a bed. And as you saw from you're quite a tall person, from the outskirts, you'll tippy toes look over and you can see that Artisan is conscious and talking away to the group in his bed. All their armor has been completely removed. They're now just wearing, bed linens and that sort of stuff, so, just to be comfortable. You can see that at the on his chest is his helm. And again, you remember the Creed mask that opened and split with mechanical cogs. One half has been completely sheared off, so only one plate is now on there. And he's sort of holding the broken piece in his hand. Look at the mask, and just gently like tapping the pieces together. Where if he had some bits to fix, it would maintain structure again. And the Captain Duskills, notices your presence and just looks over and sees you. Joel, how are you? And as she says that, 10 eyes turn and look at you, or 10 sets of eyes, sorry, just turn and look at you all at once.
I'll turn to Ty and just sort of not give her a glare, but sort of a like a.
You can, as you give her a look, we'll call it. You can see that the eye contact she was making immediately drops and falls.
Bit rougher than I'm used to, but all in good fun, all in good spirits. Again, just quickly glance at Ty.
One last time. Again, if she tries to look up, looks back down again as she
I'll
tries
just
to look
nod to her. Like, the look is like there's no hard feelings, but oh boy, if there's a neck time.
You're getting fucked up, son. No, she does look up and she gives like a weak smile sort of thing.
I'll just nod in Joel fashion.
Well,
just came to check on Artisan.
Artisan's doing quite well. We've just given them the good news that they have made the cut. They are now in the Mirage unit. Again, a lot of training is required from all of you, she says with a smile, but we'll get there, together and as one.
Well, given the circumstances of the ambush, you all did very well. And I'll look at Artisan and I was like, you did well getting back up, despite my associates battering you down.
Arizen smiles. I mean, it was hurt, but I did it. That's what I was ordered to do, so I'm here to prove myself, and if that's what I had to do, that's what I have to do.
There's no one to heal the healer.
True. Which is a bit shit.
I'll just look to the captain. I'll just kind of point at him. Keep the healer alive. You keep everyone alive. And I'll sort of nod to them all and turn around. Now that I know ours is alright, and just head on out.
Yeah. You sort of like give like one Mimir makes eye contact with you and just gives you like a bit of a friendly smile and a wave.
Joel gives him a nod, but unlike everyone else, there's a half smile on Joel's face.
Oh! Flirtatious!
No, it's not flirtatious. I don't want to kill you quite as much as everyone else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I want to hit you over the head with a stick, not a shovel kind of look.
Fuck's sake, Joel. So caring. So caring. But like the rest, you take your leave and make way out into the morning air. Which again, this early, you can still see the dewdrops, plus the well-trodden down grass and the tents, of course, with all the droplets that roll down them. The smell of many breakfasts as well is high in the air right now, so we point of interest. There's many individual fires and pans of porridge, meats and vegetables all getting cooked all at once. It's keeps the tummy rumbling even though you're full, sort of air. You all meet up back at your tent, and with moods in the camp varying, moods in yourselves, however they may be, truths revealed, stories told, and new homes made. That's where we'll end tonight's episode now.
Nice.
Good game, guys. Good game. Nice little RP session after a full combat session last time.
Very good session.
Glad you enjoyed it. But again, just want to say... Oh, yeah?
For the last 3 weeks, I half expect you to end every single session with a dragon attack. I'm so on edge.
So paranoid, man.
Like you're going to do something. He's planning something, chat.
Is he?
It's a big old
Honestly,
minecart with wings that just comes down.
Crashes out of jaw.
Piss man's riding on the back.
Yeah, it's pleasure to be back, obviously. So happy to now be with the affiliate and that sort of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Everything's going super fucking well. However, Ghost, can you hear this?
I can't hear. Oh no.
I think there's a dragon coming, mate.
Oh,
I
fuck.
think you done called down the thunder, you silly goose.
What have I done?
Set flat cannons.
Cannons, 100 feet. So,
Artillery.
impending dragon noise, which is quite shit. I put on a thing 1 hour dragon sounds, but it's not giving me 1 hour dragon sounds. Rubbish. We'll end
That's
tonight's
just
session.
that's Joel setting his bed in the night.
Just pushing the stone. But yeah, Mr. Andy, anything else to add on before we wrap up this
Just
session for the
thank you to everybody tonight. We've had quite a lot of subs and a lot of follows. Thank you to our own Kilo for following and
I had
subscription.
I had to redeem myself.
Colin, Kilo, we just following, man. It's
To
fucking
Corvey the
shameful.
Crow OG for following, for Modful Denny's following in, and then a bunch of gifted subs by Sir Weezy, Jimmy. I think it's 7 in total.
Nice.
1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7
7.
in total. And then Fantastically Average J, thank you for following and jumping in. As always,
Beautiful name.
join our community at !Discord and !Linktree. Come on, community manager, fast and let's go.
A little heads up, I am also, if any newcomers interested, I am going to be running a Doom one-shot soon, so if there's any interest, again, in the Discord, in the looking for players section, you'll find me advertising for a Doom one-shot. Any interest, let me know.
Yes, because we'd love to get that going, because unfortunately in the next few weeks we're not going to be doing Shadows We Fear, and then because I am away to America, guys. Yes, I'm off to America.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. It has been a journey. We've got to affiliate, but there's so much more to come, and I mean like so much more content and everything to come, which is going to be great. Build it from here. So thank you for the base in the community behind us already. It's appreciated. But otherwise, World of Erzia will be streaming on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. I am your DM
Yes,
for
chef.
that, so make sure you come and tune in for that. But otherwise, we will be raiding another stream called Dice of Fate. So everybody send your love into there. Treat their community well and from ourselves, just as another D&D stream. But thank you very much, and I'll throw it back to Matt for any closing statements.
No, I think that's all. So I just want to say personally as well, thank you for the affiliate stuff that we've finally been a long journey, as we say, with Kilo not really helping, but here we are now. Thank you to my players as per usual. Thank you to the lovely people in chat for turning up and enjoying the story so far, I hope. Again, if you come to the Discord for any newcomers, I'm looking for a Dooms one-shot. I need some players. Let me know. I'm friendly most days. So yeah, thank you for me. Thank you for Andy. I'll see you next week. Well, no, whenever we see you next time. Bye, guys.
Well, 10,
Bye.
8, 7,
Bye.
6. Keep waving. Keep waving.